friends, neighbors, country people, lend me your head holes, and welcome to another episode of UST Unexpectedly Serious Turn, our D&D 5e Twitch stream. Just so you know, as far as announcements go, next week we are going to be having our Q&A. It's going to be live, so you guys can get your questions ready. We will answer them, same place, same time, but that does unfortunately mean we're not going to be having an episode next week. We're going to be having our Q&A, so that'll be really exciting. We'll be answering what your inquiring minds would like to know. We did have one thank you from last week, Edward Vacant. I hope I said that right. Thank you for donating to our Ko-fi. We really appreciate it. We are very excited to expand and keep going. So if you wanted to support us in any way or felt like that would be something you'd be interested in doing, we do have our Ko-fi. We will keep that link circulating. So we appreciate all of you for supporting us. Thank you. And that really seems to be as far as we have for announcements. So let's get right back into it. In the world of Anna, the last time we saw our intrepid adventurers, they had spent their first day on the road and quickly got interrupted by 2 displacer beasts, which became 3 displacer beasts. And after levitating 1, they managed to take out the other 2 with some clever choices. They traveled to the ruins of Ankir and talked about future plans. They finally settled for a long rest and decided to have a birthday party for everyone. Irde won a belt and a bear-tooth necklace and learned a terrible secret everyone had been keeping from her, which managed to be worked out with some hearts-to-hearts and lots of drinking. And then they settled in for their long rest. So, y'all, what would you like to do? Who wants to take the first watch?
Question, who ended up drunk?
You? You 3.
All right.
Okay.
The 3 of us. All right. Great.
That's
I
fine.
could not quite remember. I knew.
I'm sorry, which 3?
Irde, Alin, and Glib.
Yeah, Glib.
Oh, I thought Glib passed as
And Fen functionally alcoholic.
Yes, but Glib also continued drinking after his original...
Yeah.
No,
one successful con save does not a non-drunk goblin make.
Yeah.
That's how it worked.
Fen had a couple drinks, but he was basically just nursing
All right.
them.
So
Just
I'm happy I'm not the
maintaining
only one
vibes.
who's drunk, but anyway.
Yeah, you get that good con check out of the way in the beginning, and you are good to go.
Yeah, that's not really how that works.
I'm certain.
So we have 3 drunk little beasties.
Whose perception checks are going to be at disadvantage if they take watches.
Well, how long does it, they can sleep it off for a little...
Let's just
Probably.
let them sleep, honestly. Between the 4 of us, I think we'll be fine.
That's true. Yeah. That'll be fine. And Moogie is around to...
Have a constant, yes.
Indeed. So,
I'm sorry, what?
Go to bed.
Go to sleep.
Irde.
we're going to get you to bed.
Mm-hmm.
You've had a long night.
I think actually Aym'Bryn was literally walking Irde to sleep as we
I
ended
was walking
last.
her back to... she needed someone to...
Anywho.
As I am, just preemptively, I believe I ended last game in Moogie's eyes and just flying around. Do I see anything in the evening around us?
Roll me a perception check with Moogie's... Well, it is Moogie's stats, right?
It is Moogie's stats, and she does not have dark vision, so it would be at disadvantage if you would even allow me to make that roll.
Got it. Yeah, I'll allow it because I'll let her use her other senses as well.
Okie dokie. Is it at disadvantage or
Still a
straight roll?
disadvantage, though, yeah.
Okay,
unfortunately.
that is a 19. I rolled a 16 and a natural 20, so that is a
That's
19.
impressive.
Damn.
Well done.
Yeah.
The
Hiya,
Good job,
Moogification chamber,
Right.
you look around. You see a couple of things kind of off in the distance, but they seem to be kind of away from you. For the
Okay.
most part, everything seems to be calm.
It's a quiet night.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
Okay.
For a second there, you panic and think that you see a displacer beast, but it's not a displacer beast. It's just kind
Floating
of
through the air still.
You look in the top of a tree, and for a minute, one of the gaps in the leaves looks like a displacer beast, and you're like, oh no, it's fine. It's just leaves. It's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. So as far as you can tell, everything's okay.
After a couple minutes of doing that, I'll come back into my senses and rejoin those who are sober.
Fenn's going to try and help Glib to bed, just kind of nudging him, pick him up.
Is Bryn walking Irde to bed?
Yeah, if that's where you're going, I'll take you.
Yes. Before she does go to sleep, though, she will just very pointedly look you in the eyes and just be like, if something happens, wake me up. Promise.
Yes.
Okay.
Sailsaba will dig around in the dirt, maybe, accommodation, use mold earth, and also dig around in the dirt, making a very half-orc sized indentation of soft, ground, and then you will have a very fluffy guide to your place of rest.
Oh, thanks, thank you.
We all have chaperones, and I love it.
That's beautiful. Yep.
Just a pet.
We're so proud of Sails and her pattern making.
In my head, Glib is laying on the wrong axis for the bedroll and just like covered himself with the other part of it.
Well, he's small enough to if he's in if he's got a standard bedroll, he's small enough to just like wrap himself up like a taco or a burrito or something like that.
Just little feet.
Glib burrito.
Is he a glib taquito?
Oh, Jesus.
At this point, yes, I
Probably.
guess so.
I'll sit down next to you and just I'll hold your hand until you fall asleep if you're amenable.
And before I go to sleep, I'm going to try to avoid the hangover by using my last spell slot to cast Cure Wounds. Cure Wounds. Just in the hopes.
Let me
And also
double
because
check.
I need HP.
I don't think
That's fair.
Also 'cause I need
Let me double check the actual words on cure wounds because that's something I'm actually curious about.
I think it'd have to
I don't
have
think it
something
works.
do with
It has to do
poison.
something to poisons, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
That's
usually,
it. It's restoration that'll do that.
yeah, usually lesser
Try it
restoration is what I.
Oh yeah. No, this is just an attempt, and also because I don't want scars, so I'm gonna actually just magically heal my wounds.
That's fair. I mean, you're perfectly allowed to use the spell. I'm just.
it just
Whether or not it'll help you or not.
Yeah, I just know.
up
I
to
know the
them.
hangover's not gonna go.
See, but I can see the drunken logic of just if I cast this healing spell, I'll be fine in the morning.
Yeah,
I can keep drinking. No, it's just
You're going to be pulling out a willow bark.
You could, if only you could get out of this hole that sails.
Diligently making it deeper.
Am I dead?
There's a moat around.
Literally buried.
Alan wakes up with a face full of dirt. Oh, it ended.
Oh, this is how I died. Okay.
Oh God.
Yep, that's me.
Sounds
Bet you're wondering how I got myself here.
It's a pretty short story.
There was this big cat, right?
I got really drunk. The cat dug a hole, and there we are.
One thing led to the other.
Watches. Who wants what watch?
I'll take first watch.
All right. Fen will take second watch.
Okay.
I can be up for the last two then.
Fantastic. Sails gets a whole 8 hours of sleep like a kitty cat.
Oh, I didn't know she wanted to.
Oh, I
Or
was
Sil-
probably I'll probably wake up at the last one to help.
Silas, could you just kind of look forward into the future and tell me what the most dangerous part of the night is probably going to be?
I will do that.
Unfortunately, my sight today is expended. Unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Well, then, wherever you want to be, Sails.
Wherever you wake.
Don't have to. I'm sure we can.
Sails will wake up.
I'll wake you up.
Bryn tries really hard to be the strong, brave one and then goes, kitty friend.
Sorry, folks, we're all out of
Bryn
future
is strong
today.
and brave. How dare you?
Bryn
We're not
is,
in a future. That's what we're trying to avoid.
Bryn is strong and brave and likes kitty friend.
Bryn is very strong and brave.
One of those. That's two lies and a truth.
No, Bryn is strong and brave and also likes kitty. All are true.
All are true.
Fighting.
But, Silas,
Yes.
go ahead and roll me your perception.
Okie dokie.
And I believe you get advantage because of the
That is a
yeah?
10 and a natural 20.
Ooh,
Oof!
All right.
Way to
that's
bear
your
the
second
lead.
natural 20 roll today.
Yeah, you're.
Well,
Yeah,
the
I mean,
first one
it's
wasn't a natural 20. The first one was a disadvantaged natural 20, so it doesn't count. But
That's true. But 2 in a row,
I'm
that's
afraid of
impressive.
what's going to happen later today, though.
I wish this was my portent rolls. That'd be great.
It's fine. Yeah, you keep listening. Keep your ears out.
Can I justify this natural 20 by giving myself 2 more hours of working on the second spell?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
You don't have anybody to bug you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, this is like silence. It's
Silence,
the most blessed thing you've ever experienced. You haven't
It's
been
just-
alone in ages.
It's just Silas head down working on the book and Moogie on top of my horn just like looking around constantly like a spotlight.
Yeah. No, it's and everything kind of just like the universe comes into alignment and it lets you work.
Sweet.
You are so grateful for the silence.
mean,
of this.
I have
I'm
all
not
the
sure how he
time.
felt
I'm
about
just-
having a solo watch, but Silas is like, oh.
It's just I'm idly talking to Moogie and it's like, you know, the sound the constant noise it's a welcome interruption, I think, but it's nice to have a quiet night every now and again. And just rambling on like that, just with Moogie being the only one who can listen.
All right. But yeah, your watch goes by pretty successfully. You get 2 more hours in your research and development.
3 more hours.
Yeah. And then it is time to wake up Fen, and Moogie pokes your forehead lightly and tells you, hey,
Just
sleep time.
goes and lands on you. Just
All right. And then I get advantage from Moogie, right?
Correcto.
12.
12. All right. Yeah. Everything seems kind of quiet. If you look up at the sky, you see clouds start to kind of roll in a little bit as they kind of pass by, making interesting shapes, but everything seems fairly still.
What? I missed something? No, I didn't think so, either. I'll wake up Bryn for her watch at the end.
Please.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
You're
What
up.
was it? Nothing,
Just some weird shaped clouds. Nothing to write home about.
One of them looks like a very small cat.
another one looks suspiciously like a dragon.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's something to worry about.
Oh, pshaw.
Yeah, go ahead and make your advantage.
Oh, yes. And I'll,
Advantage check.
43 for the other roll. Let me do the, and the perception is a 5.
Oh goodness. That would make a little bit of sense because you're probably kind of overtaken a little bit by the memories that popped up. Everything that happened this night is just more recent memories, your past couple of lives, and things that have happened in recent history, different places that you've lived and things that you've seen. Most of it beautiful, some of it kind of tough, but all of it very connected to each other and to the current time.
Okay. Then I guess I'm going to make a big effort to patrol, like Sails does. I'm going to kind of try to do a loop, but it's just the undergrowth is very tall, and I'm rather short, and I'm sure it's fine. I'll circle back.
Everything's probably fine. Yeah. But your first watch kind of goes by without too much issue, as far as you can tell. Everything seems quiet.
And so I'll wait until I'll keep at about 1 hour. I'll walk over and sit next to where Sails is and kind of just watch her, waiting for it to be time to wake her up. And then I'll wake her up.
So freaking precious.
That's very sweet and very creepy.
Sweepy.
Hey, good morning. Yes, I haven't been sitting here very long.
Sure you have
Let's look
not.
around, shall we?
Oh god, this is precious.
That is deep.
Go ahead and roll me your perception check. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Was that with advantage?
Yes,
One of you
please take
does,
the
yeah.
advantage.
Yes, ma'am.
That being said, I rolled a natural 20.
Hey, there we go. Can't get much better than that. Might take
Just in
advantage.
time to see
After
the
rolling a
red
5 and a
caps.
4 on my solo watch.
Just in time to see the displacer beast descending from the sky.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe. Who knows? Sales, what did you roll?
Actually, not that great. 11. So. No.
11?
Oh, actually, that's 13.
13. Okay. I was gonna say.
Wow,
with
so
advantage.
Bryn is the one who kept
Bryn's carrying this.
Bryn's, heart now filled with her friend being by her side.
Much better now that Sales is awake. And I think Sales is probably distracted by my nervous energy.
Well, it's also very obvious what's going to happen. Over your watch, the air gets humid and then starts to feel just electrical. And you start hearing huge crashes of thunder and there's lightning everywhere. And just about at the end of your watch, it starts to lightly drizzle and rain.
Oh.
I
At the end
imagine
of-
that's what wakes
when
the
I-
rest of us up.
At the end of end
okay.
of the watch, it starts to lightly rain, but the lightning and the thunder starts pretty quickly into your watch.
Oh no, Alin. He's gonna get washed away.
The mud, just covered in mud.
In a little kiddie pool by the time he wakes up.
God, I
As
hope
a
so.
sailor, it should be fine, right?
Hey, he's gonna be in a kitty
Swim.
pool.
A kiddie pool.
Oh.
So Silas wakes up and starts his ritual halfway through their watch, and just starts to get really annoyed that it's raining on him. as he's
Sailsaba
sitting
will pick up some dirt and kind of knead it in her paws, and then do a quick whoosh, and then read the pattern of the dirt on her paw to cast Druidcraft and see what the hell's going on.
When you cast Druidcraft, you see a whole lot of raindrops.
All right, it will get worse.
Good to know.
Bigger
dear.
water. Much.
I'm gonna guess that the rain is what wakes Irde up. It's like, well. And I'm assuming you want me to make a con save, right?
Not yet.
Not yet,
Actually, no. Yes.
Yes,
I do.
I was like, I don't. No. What else do you need me to roll a con? I don't like this.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Very cold.
That is a 14.
Bless you.
Was.
Your head-
The tiniest good berry.
Your head pounds a little bit. It's not great. It's not the most fun experience you've ever had. It could be much worse. You still wish that you had access to greasy food or something to make it stop.
Irde is
with
gonna
the
pull the willow
lightning.
bark out of her herbalism kit and give it to herself.
I will take my sash off basically and prestidigitate it to make it really cold, and then wrap it around Irde's head.
Irde has an extra winter blanket and puts it around Silas's shoulder when she sees the rain.
Oh, thank you very much. Throws it on.
Please
Fen's-
imagine Irde just being a zombie as she is doing this.
Fen's gonna make coffee for everyone. I'm gonna do my best to make a campfire. I don't know if I need to make like a survivalist check or
I
anything.
would say survival check for building like a cover enough to keep.
I mean, I can set it on fire.
But having it stay on fire is going to be hard with the water.
That's true.
Sails.
Aym'Bryn, will you help me with my hair? I don't think
Oh,
I can
yes,
do
I
it.
was going to ask. But before that, Alin, have you drowned?
No, I'm actually I'm just still laying here because the cold water feels nice on
12 again.
all of this.
Face down is an odd choice.
12.
All right.
It wasn't so much of a choice. It's just
Does anyone else
Fortunate
Willow
accident.
bark? Am I the only one who's having a problem this morning?
Oh no, it hurts, but it helps me focus.
Actually,
I'm just
Alin, do roll me that con save.
I put my spellbook in the bag of holding.
Sailsaba will go over
ain't great.
to Fen and will kind of paw at his bag.
So you said you got an 11?
good. Holy shit.
You got an 11, Alin?
yes.
Okay. Yeah. It not looking so hot, my friend. It not looking so hot. Fen, you get something that seems to work for a small fire. Silas's help would be greatly helpful in keeping a fire going or getting a decent fire. But yeah.
Prestidigitation between prestidigitation and firebolt, just. I just rolled a 19 and a 20 from my portent rolls, so I hope today's going to be a good day.
Let's do something fun today.
Who even knows?
And they just walked throughout the day. It was raining.
That happened last time I rolled really well on portents. I'm just saying.
We do something fun in the evening, Silence.
Right.
And then Glib, I need you to roll that con save, please, my friend.
Glib has to unroll himself from his
His blanket
His
burrito.
cocoon.
Irde just like watches you in your cocoon and it, like has the thought to try to help you, but it's like, no, moving sounds terrible right now.
That's a 17.
17. You are surprisingly spry. I guess surprisingly for everyone else, less surprisingly for you, is you're pretty confident in your constitution and ability to handle the drinking things.
Oh yeah.
You've done the drinking things before. You know how drinking things go. You got this handled, and it really almost looks completely unaffected. Maybe a slight,
All that fermented rust monster blood.
Yeah, it's the...
If you could,
Don't knock it
drink
till
down
you've
the
tried it.
mines, you could drink anywhere.
So really, I'm the only one.
No, Alin isn't just as bad of a state as you are.
Oh, yeah.
I did ask about Willowbark, so I don't know about.
That's
his
fair.
hangover.
That's fair.
Sailsaba will once again nudge Fen's bag.
Well, what's the... Wait, alright, I'm on my way, and I'm gonna go check and... What's the matter, Silas?
She'll start digging through his bag frantically.
What are you...
She'll pull out the shower cap that she gave him before, and she'll scurry away, leaving whatever he makes of that, and scurry over to Bryn, and will and use her considerable height to put the shower cap over Bryn's head and just position it slightly over the feather to make sure it doesn't get wet.
Oh.
Oh.
Sales fresh. Thank you, Sales. I really appreciate that.
That just puts his head up.
Oh, yes. We're getting awfully wet, are we? I guess I'll try to make quick work of it. I will undo Irde's hair and cut it to the best of my ability. And since Sales is there, I'll offer her the... there you are. And I'll, yes, like I say, just quickly. But I'll linger. We'll try to find a position under a tree or something, and I'll
Sales
sit behind
is
you.
relatively
Try to help with
unaffected
your
by
headache a little bit.
Glib doesn't care. Glib's just standing out there. His hair is it's like down now, like it's like a wet mop.
Oh, I love it.
Like,
Oh
Aym'Bryn.
I went
today's
from-
gonna be a good day.
no! He went from Albert Einstein to like Cher.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Aym'Bryn, in my bag, the necklace that Glib gave me. Would you grab that for me?
Oh, yes. It's Oh, okay. Yes. I imagine it's not hard to find.
No, it's not.
Okay, I'll hand it to you.
Thank you. Irde will take it and tie it around her wrist.
Oh.
He is strong like that.
That way she has a bear tooth there to hit some.
Yeah, just...
It's like a push dagger.
Yeah.
Yep.
this
Sure,
rolls
that's how
equivalent
y'all want to
to
interpret it.
Yeah. The key knuckles.
Ready to walk home from a bar, I guess.
Heck
Speaking
yeah.
of walking.
Yeah?
Oh, let's have breakfast first.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Please eat.
Do we have any more of that displacer beast?
I'm sure we do.
Oh yeah, we probably do. We could.
Oh.
It took me a second to remember we actually cooked some.
I did
last
too.
time.
Yeah.
Guys barbecued
I was
it.
like, wait, what?
I got a square foot of it.
Right, right. Yeah, there should be some of that left.
Can Sailsaba take a quick look around to see if there's any eggs from the local avian variety?
Yeah. Go
Can
ahead.
she
and
get
roll
help
me-
from Moogie?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Moogie will go be a narc on her on her fellow birds.
What the heck? That's the third 60 I've rolled in.
That's a 12.
Starting to wonder if these dice you said 12? Okay. As you look around, you do actually remember last night Bryn cut the eye of some sort of strange bird-type creature flying in the trees, and you kind of use that memory that he gives you of finding an approximate location and scurrying up a tree, and you find a small nest of eggs that you are able to pilfer.
Hope they're not fertilized.
Well, it's the woods, Silas. The odds don't think too hard about it.
Sailsaba bounds away into the direction that she remembers, sleek and spraying water everywhere. She seems the rain has given her energy. She's got water cat, and she brings back the nest of eggs to whoever has the fire been okay. If the fire's been able to be started, goes over and
Fenn's gonna try and cook the eggs as best as he can in the rain.
Do we have a pan, or is it like just on a stone?
Sailsaba will help. She's done the eggs many times.
No, we have cooking. So we have cooking
Oh, do we?
stuff now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got some.
I mean,
All
at
right.
this point, because of all the water, you might as well just try to boil them.
That's a valid
Honestly,
point.
I like how we
all
all
that
just
mayonnaise.
expected a joke. Every one of us just
Everyone
watched
did.
Josh like there was going to be a pun.
yeah.
And
No.
that is the hidden
But it's
meaning
just common
behind
sense.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
Everything he says is a setup.
Now it's this.
No yolk this time.
There it is. We got there. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Jones.
The yolk is the part I'm least allergic to.
They're boiling eggs.
All right. Well, we have our breakfast.
Irde drinks a whole lot of coffee.
Do you need
It's
more
very
with
watered
it?
down.
No,
And
I'm
water,
fine,
water
thank
too.
you. I'm sorry?
Drink some water.
Yes.
Or beer.
No,
I think
not this
I
morning.
honestly think I've had enough of drinking for a little bit. But thank you.
Once the
Oh my god. I just realized what I can do. I'm going to take out my bag of seasonings, say mint, and I'm going to mix it with some water and muddle it, and then scoop some out of my finger and say, if anyone wants to brush their teeth, you two may need this.
Yes,
what is
please.
this? Fresh
Yes,
tea.
that.
It gets the taste out of your mouth, you know. Yeah.
I take that up.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, I look at Glib and have already prestidigitated my teeth this morning, and I just take the mint and do it.
It's fine. Yeah, it's cool, whatever.
It's just nice.
It feels better than just magic in your mouth.
I'll give it a go.
When the eggs are done boiling, Sails will peel them and take each of the. I'm assuming we had about 6 or 7. We'll take each one and Goodberry style, into everyone's mouth.
And she's
Shove
frozen.
an entire egg in their mouth.
Silas expecting a good berry from all of his conditioning.
I mean, if she was going to be frozen,
That
that's
was
the
the
best.
That's the best time to be frozen.
Be perfect.
yes.
I'm gonna try
Oh,
to.
no.
I'm gonna try to accept it, but the way that Sails does, I'll just like take it delicately in my mouth, and then I'll hold it. Yeah, just from the best.
Love it. That's adorable. Yep.
All right.
Y'all have
Shall
your
we go?
lovely breakfast.
Between the coffee, the mint, and the Displacer Beast breakfast, do I feel better?
You start
Oh,
feeling-
and the Willow Bark also.
Yes. Y'all
Displacer
start
Beast is
feeling
very gamey.
significantly better.
Apparently,
No grease.
No
Alin
grease.
starts feeling just a
protein
little
helpful, yeah.
It's
wonky.
lean and just vascular, so it's just a lot of A lot of very
what?
lean meat.
I think
Sit-
I've earned this.
Silas, you know all the
Taste-
absolute worst
taste-
words to describe food with.
And vascular.
It tastes vaguely empty.
I was referring to the beast itself, not the meat that we were partaking in. But
Tastes vaguely
It's
empty.
fine.
shall we
It's
go?
too late.
One of
Yep,
those
we should go.
corners of the tasteless
We should
one
walk.
down. But yeah, y'all start to walk. You make your journey. The morning, the rain is manageable. It's reasonable, and as you go, you're kind of enjoying that. Sails is gallivanting around. Go ahead and roll me your perception and survival check.
Can I guess how many days out of Lidl we are?
Um,
Approximately, and I know it depends on survival
I'll
checks
give-
and all.
you've done.
I'll
a
give the survival check a natural 20, just for the hell of it, because I don't know what else we're doing
Yeah.
today.
And the perception's at 23.
So
we
survival
good.
and perception. Yeah. With a natural 20 for the I think you said survival. Yeah, the survival check. At the pace you're going for that day, it's a very good thing that you got a natural 20 on survival, because for the first half of the day, things go great, and you're like, man, at this rate, we'll get there in no time. You know, it's about a 4-ish day journey to Lidl. You've done about a day and a quarter already. And in this, you're like, yeah, first half of the day, you're like, yeah, we're getting pretty close. And then noon happens.
I will say one thing,
And-
and I am absolutely sorry to Silas for this, but for the survival check, Sailsaba will bite your hand before you do so, because she's rolled a natural 20 on survival.
Oh no.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Wh-
Please.
What do you want to rule that as? Because
Yeah.
It's up to you, Keeper.
If she had, I assume she had already rolled when you said
I
that.
had.
So I'll let
Okay.
the natural 20 stand.
well then,
for
there
her,
we
and
go.
you
I
still
get
have
my
your
nat
board.
20 back.
Yeah.
We're kind.
Brion.
In a way, you
I
kind of
don't-
saw it coming.
Kind and benevolent.
Don't be sorry about that. That
Just
I
wait.
will never say no to a nat 20.
Oh, just wait. Yeah, it's gonna be useful because at just about noon, all of a sudden, it is like. I know none of you have experienced a Florida rain. However,
Bold of you.
that's fair.
Yeah.
From the statements made, I
experienced Scotland
assumed
rain.
most people had not experienced a Florida rain. It's like someone took an egg, cracked it, and all of a sudden the rain just starts pouring from the sky.
Yep.
Everything gets mucky and gross and dirty, and it is cold. And the thunder is going, and lightning is going, and wind is going, and this rain just goes completely insane. And I need every single one of you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
That's why
Oh.
you needed.
Boy.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I got a 10.
Modified 20.
9.
9.
Team.
5.
4.
So apparently, just completely shakes off the hangover and feels so good in the rain.
Okay, so
22.
Me too. Sorry, Silas, what did you say?
4.
4. Oh.
As Silas has been going, as the rain has been going from lighter to heavier, Silas has been getting increasingly more uncomfortable.
Yeah. Sales, you said you
18.
got 18. Bryn, you got 5.
5. This works out because I was going to try to fall into step with Silas as we were walking, so perhaps we both stepped into the same puddle.
You just, yeah.
Just like calf deep.
Irde, you got a 20. You said
Yes.
modded 20.
Modified 20.
Alin, you got a 9.
9.
Glib, you got a 22?
Got a wish. I got a 10.
10. That's right.
I think
And then
Fen
Fen got the
got a
22. Okay. That was really. So, yeah, Silas and Bryn, at some point during the day, you guys fall headfirst into what you thought was a puddle, and turns out to be about hip deep. And you are just
Wait, this
covered-
is a crucial distinction. Hip deep on which one of us?
It's 5 and like 7.
It's depending on how tall
honestly
Bryn.
true, yeah.
Yeah, honest, I'll say on Bryn just to make it a little nicer, so
Okay.
he's not like basically drowning. But
But
yeah,
you said full face first, so we're swimming.
yeah. Essentially, there's a minute where you're just like, this is gonna be.
There's a ditch, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that gif of the guy who just falls into the puddle to hell. Yeah. And that's real tough. And then Alin, just like, you keep on misstepping and getting hit in the face with wet branches throughout the day.
All the problems.
I keep looking down to avoid the puddles.
Oh no!
And between all of this misfortune and unluck, while you all make great time and are sure that you actually decreased your travel time from 4 days to about 3.5, so you've only got about 2 days left of travel to Ladol, the 3 of you take points of exhaustion.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a
Swimming through
hard
puddles.
day of travel.
It's a hard day's travel.
And
I like
guys
to imagine
not
that
have a good
Sailsaba is walking forward, pushing branches out of the way, and just smacking Alin in the face
Oh, yeah,
every time
as
he's
the-
walking in.
Irde and
Slowly,
Fen are
like-
just like ducking out of the way of
Yeah.
branches, is what I
Glib does that thing on like a winding road where he's kind of dodging in between puddles and we're sort of following him. He does this
Yeah.
one at like the last possible second and we're just not fast enough.
Glib kind of is using his fairy abilities to just like have the rain kind of cascade off of him like the Harry Potter
Yeah, the
umbrella.
mage armor is
Yeah.
just like
It's the barrier that's like a centimeter off of your skin, just
Yeah.
constantly.
You do, Glib, you do feel just a little bit tired because you just barely passed, but you did pass, so you don't get a point of exhaustion. You're just a little more tired than usual.
Question for the keeper. Can Sailsaba keep an eye out for thunder or lightning specifically, just to make sure that, or like kind of clock, if there is that, where the storm is, like, you know, counting, you know, the seconds between thunder and lightning. So kind of where the
Yes.
where the storm is.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the natural 20 on survival, you have a very easy time of spotting where the lightning's going to be and kind of going around it. And
I think the storm is here.
Yes, small one.
but unfortunately, the entire sky is just dark, heavy, almost black clouds, and it's just a tough day. Yep. And you finally, throughout the rest of the day, your travel is exhausting, and you finally settle down to make camp in a place that seems to have a little bit of heavier tree cover so that you can find something that's less damp ground.
Did Silas give Irde back her blanket before we left camp, do you think? Or did he-
Probably.
Cool.
Yeah,
She will
I mean-
she will then get it back to you as soon as we get back to camp.
Oh, are you sure? You don't need this.
I'm fine.
Thank you. Put it over my hood.
This is probably the cleanest you've ever seen Glib's clothes.
Right?
Question: would prestidigitation be able to make things dry? It doesn't say in the description, but it seems like the spirit of the spell feels like it would allow that. Like, but it's up to you.
I will allow it to slightly dry things, but it'll still be the kind of vaguely damp of a not working dryer.
It's
Sort
still
of thing.
raining, right? So I mean, I think regardless,
Yeah.
we're down.
It's not no shape water that can just blow, like suck
Yeah,
it out
It's not
waterbending style.
water bending, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
kind of like a broken dryer where it's like mostly dry, but it's still damp enough to be really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it still like clings to the skin.
Fen is just building a small-ish bonfire.
Irde immediately makes tea for everyone.
Sailsaba will attempt to use mold earth to create kind of, I don't know, I can make a shape for at least 1 hour while we're like making camp to create kind of an enclave for people, like maybe 1 or 2 people maybe could like sort of get some shelter from. Yeah. Very
Bivouac.
Silus will help you with that as that's happening. He's got mold earth stock today, so we can dig a hole and then just like kind of dig a little bit deeper into like kind of a divot.
I don't think we could fit more than like maybe 1 or 2 people, but it's something for those.
Would you say that there's
Perhaps.
maybe like an outcrop, like a rock outcropping here or something like that we could dig under or around? We have something sturdy above us?
Rock less so, but
Like
there,
a lean-to?
there are some, like...
Are there loose branches that we could...
There are, like, some very large trees that are kind of hollow on the inside.
Alright.
That you can kind of use to make a little bit of shelter.
We should invest in some tents when we get back to the city.
That does
That would have
sound...
been something to think of.
So what you're saying is I could sleep inside a tree.
You can
If you
sleep
would
inside
like.
the tree, yes. And there's
Man.
a pretty heavy leaf canopy as well that seems to keep this particular area slightly dry.
I'm just gonna keep making tea throughout the entire night.
Yeah, as we're settling down for the evening, I want to start working on the spell and hopefully get the rest of the 3 hours in that I need.
Fantastic. Yeah, and...
Can't hear you, Keeper.
Oh, goodness. I'm sorry. I moved too far away and was talking too quiet. Yeah, and for the most part, everything kind of seems to be okay as far as most of the wild animals of the area probably hiding from rain. Unless they are rain creatures. But yeah, for the most part, everything is pretty quiet, quieter than you're used to for the night.
Bryn, would you
I-
like me to help? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
Bryn, did you want me to help you fix your hair from the rain?
Yes, I mean, if you don't mind. It's worse than the rain that kind of went face first into some very unpleasant water earlier.
I can't help with the mud as much as Silas might be able to.
All right.
But I can try.
I would feel badly if you tried to do anything with it. Silas, would you get mud out of my hair?
Of course. Prestidigitation just sucks it up.
And then Irde will help brush out your hair.
Thank you. Usually I'm quite a fan of this kind of weather, but I haven't had to be out in it for quite this many hours, and I must admit to being being a little tired.
Silas is, if he's in the lean-to working on the spell so the rain doesn't get on his book, and he is moving every time that there is a drop that falls near him, he moves somewhere else in the lean-to.
Irde is watching that, by the way.
Alin has ditched his armor and is laid out on the ground in the rain, just like full, just taking it all in.
Alan's enjoying himself.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's good.
Tired as heck and tired of the tree branches to the face, but other than that.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get
Slightly
my
concussed?
Oh no.
do I get my 3 hours in for
Yes.
the spell?
You will
Okay,
get your
so
3
I need to roll my first roll. I give myself a natural 20.
Yes!
There it is.
Would that work if the roll is at disadvantage?
Would it be why? Oh, because the portent just overrides any
Yes.
advantage disadvantages. It's just the roll.
Fair enough. Yeah, so you get a natural 20, and you know what that means for you, so.
Sweet home Abalama.
Fenn's just patrolling the outside of the campsite once he gets everything going for Irde to make tea.
Bills.
Glib stand next to the fire, next to the tea, and like he'll alternate between like standing almost T-posed away from the fire, and then he'll turn around and stand towards the fire, and so he'll just be half dry at a time.
Glib is just asserting dominance over everyone.
Yeah, right.
Come at me!
I feel like also, as I said, Irde keeps bringing people tea probably almost compulsively. Like she will be watching, like as people's tea like gets empty, we'll just bring them another hot cup of tea, including Fen on his round. She'll just bring him one.
Sales will go
Thank you.
on a quick hunt to see if she can find anything, any meat for the hungry travelers.
How many hours are we like pre-sleep, hanging out, having tea, etc.?
I mean, in total it would probably be about 3, because set up camp, usually take a couple.
We also have one more day's worth of rations from the seafood dinner that we had remaining. So if we can't find anything on the hunt, we do have food.
I'm gonna put the hood of my
We also have
cloak up to hide my shameful elfin heritage. Just kidding. to keep the rain off. And I'm going to sit
me.
just outside of the lean-to with just a cup of warm tea in my hands, and I'm going to sleep for 3 hours.
Oh, precious. Yeah.
Or as much as I can. I'm going to doze off and on. I'll watch you guys moving around, and then
You wake
I'll
up
go
to several cups of tea
Yes,
have
I'm
accumulated
full.
In front of you.
It just like tips it out of my hands and refills it with hot tea. It's very pleasant.
Do you even drink it?
Sales, go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Maybe.
That is a dirty 20. Real low.
Okay. As you're going, you don't see any birds necessarily, although you do see some very brightly colored eggs on the ground.
Goes right for those. Yeah, I'll gather.
They were mimic
Doesn't
eggs.
matter.
Poison.
Gathers up as many as she can.
Okay.
And
As Bryn is sleeping, he would wake up to Moogie nestled just like up to him as close as she can get to around his chest if he's sleeping on his side.
Oh, no. If I come to at all, I'll try to make space for her, kind of, so she can be pillowed against my chest.
Yeah,
So I'll keep
she'll just
most of the.
curl up.
Yeah, with my head down and my hood up, she's probably got a little Bryn cave she can keep dry.
so cute.
So have these eggs.
At some point, I'd like to make my way over. As one of the pots of tea gets kind of empty, I'm gonna approach here and say, "Hey, can I get some of the dregs from that? Actually, I want to try something."
Sure. And she will give you the dregs of whatever tea.
Beautiful. I'm gonna take them and swirl them around, and then dump it out in the ground in front of me, and cast Augury. At 2nd level. It is by doing weird Siri shit. With some divining tool, you receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
So what course of action are you going to take?
Irde will be
Next
watching
30
you do
minutes?
this, I think.
I think Glib's there too.
Just
Fun
out of
thing.
curiosity. Yes?
Give me a minute, because now I'm going to have to think of something, because I actually didn't realize it was only 30 minutes. I will
That's
come up with
the-
something,
that's
though,
the-
so give me like 30 seconds while other people do stuff.
That's
I'm
the
not
real
sure any other
Glib just
spells
real
never
struggle
have
of
before.
staring, rapt attention.
Yeah.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, with Augury, there is actually a GP
Material cost, yeah.
Material cost.
Do we have...
We have
25
bone
gold
dice.
worth of-
Yes, we do.
We do have bone dice.
I gave you
Okay, I'll
bone
say-
dice for Augury.
I like the tea, though. All right,
Combination.
yeah, I'll use that then.
I mean, I will allow you to use the bone dice.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I'll
just
coat it in the
Yeah.
tea and then roll it.
But Silas has those in the bag of holding.
Amazing.
Shit. Silas, I need the
Yes.
dice.
He just dumps out the tea and then turns to Silas.
This
Silas
plan is
is-
falling
is-
apart really quickly.
Silas is writing in his book with his right hand and just reaches into the pouch, not even paying attention with his left hand, and just hands the dice to you.
I just really wanted to pour something out. It's been that kind of day.
Pour one out for the homies, you know?
Yeah.
I'll make a new pot of tea, I guess.
Oh, I didn't want to pour out the tea. I just wanted
it's
to
fine.
use the
It's
The
fine.
dregs, the tea leaves. You're
Yeah.
reading tea
Sailsaba
leaves.
has these
Use
eggs.
those, though.
Not anymore.
Sailsaba, so you find a clutch of approximately 16 eggs.
Sorry,
and you
Sales.
can
As
have
many
as
as
many
she
of them.
can carry. And she carries.
In her mouth.
Fantastic. Roll me a d20.
Chubby bunny, but
Just 6, just straight roll is 6.
chubby Sailsaba.
6? Okay. Yeah, so I'll give you about 10. With the number of 6, I'll let it happen.
Why can't I hold all these eggs?
She'll come back. And yeah, come over to they're like Irde? Ostrich egg?
They're slightly larger than chicken eggs, and they are kind of a bright. You have a couple that are bright purple and a couple that are kind of bluish, and then some that are kind of green.
What sort of eggs are those?
Can I make a nature test to figure out what the hell these eggs are?
Sure.
Can I make a nature check too?
Sure.
Great, because I'm not that.
Ah,
Keeper is way too excited for this.
13.
What's 7 plus 6? Is that 13 as well?
13.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah.
So, in the real world, there's a tropical bird called a tinamu, which is a
A
small...
tsunami. Got it.
Yeah, tsunami. Tinamu. It's a small flightless bird that actually lays brightly colored eggs. On the ground, it lays about.
Neat.
I have
it will
no
have
Googled
nests
this.
up to like 16. It's really cool bird. So 10 out of 10. Look it up. Education is great, guys. I've altered
It's
it
great to
slightly.
learn.
I've altered it slightly for D&D because I can, and this is my world. I'm wahaha. But they're vaguely based off of the Tinomaru egg. So you would know that these are smaller, approximately chicken-sized flightless birds that run around the forests. They are non-hostile. They are not particularly poisonous or anything like that. They lay a
Bird
bunch of
eggs.
eggs in their lives.
They're
And-
non-abyssal chickens.
They're non-abyssal chickens.
Well, because
Well,
It's higher than
they
a
don't
13.
have eggs though. They
They're
have live birth.
Yeah.
Terrifying. No. Reject.
With higher than a 13, you would have realized these are abyssal Tanamu eggs.
No. Vaguely Feywild. That's
Nice.
not true. I'm joking. But yeah. They're just, they're just eggs, and they happen to, a bunch of different ones lay eggs all together, and then they just kind of move on and have nests all throughout the forest. So
They're actually really pretty green eggs. So yeah, there's a bunch of green fucking eggs coming around. We'll join
Do we
around the
have ham?
campfire.
Yeah, Sailsaba went on an Easter egg hunt.
basically.
Bunch
I
of
will-
disappointed
Sales.
children.
Just for the fun of it, though, I'm gonna
No,
put
that's what we're eating.
pictures of the eggs into the
Yep.
general chat, so everyone can see what they're. Because they're.
I
really
promise
big.
they are not green on the inside.
Oh, well, that's disappointing.
Those look like chocolate candy.
Don't they?
Like
But
you
they're
get from Easter.
but they're eggs.
As Sails is walking around these eggs, I'm going to look at her as I'm rolling my dice and realize my plan. I want to challenge the Warhorse to a wrestling match.
Oh no.
I know how it's going to go.
Okay. Yeah, and you cast augury on that.
Can I interject to this augury
Sure.
and say it's probably going to end up pretty well for Alin if Silas can see it.
Well, I guess that would depend on how seriously Silas is studying, wouldn't it, sir?
That's true. It's up to you.
You got a natural 20 on study time.
Well, I do, but I have a 19 in whatever the hell else I want to do today. So
That's true.
And it also depends on how heavily invested Silas is in Alin mud wrestling a horse. So
it's true.
True. That's very true.
I guess every wrestling match is a mud wrestling match right,
Right
now,
now
isn't
it
it?
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm gonna stand pretty firmly on wheel and woe.
So go either way.
All right, I'll have some second thoughts about this challenge for now.
I want it so badly.
Just like a hand push the dice towards Irde. I'm like, here, if you want these, you can just have them. I don't. and
Want
it's-
some dice? Are there?
yeah.
I will.
You know what?
just,
I'll just hold on to them. It's fine.
I mean, I could give
I'll
them
give 'em
back
back to Silas.
Silas.
Yeah.
I will actually take them and just go back and just set them in Silas's bag, trying not to distract him as he studies.
I was gonna give them back. I mean,
No, I know. I just. And as she does it, she sort of just.
Alan, you're
looks
looking a
at
little
the-
pale.
I just, yeah.
Just as she
I
does.
had a weird feeling.
As she does set it back in Silas's bag, she will just check the lean-to for leaks as well.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll me a survival check. You do not have
Not a thing.
disadvantage because you are not exhausted.
Yeah, really. All right. Well, It's a 10.
It's a 10.
Not great at survival.
You think you get the stuff. You're not really sure how to handle them too perfectly, but
If she
have
sees
some
leaks,
idea.
she just will sort of like nudge Silus out of the way.
That's fair.
Oh, right. Gets up and moves over to a different spot.
Yeah, and you seem to find a spot that is mostly leak-free as far as you can tell. You're doing your best. It's real good. You did,
Very uncomfortable.
you did a good job.
I know. Trying.
I
Anyway,
appreciate it. Thank
and then
you.
she'll just leave to let him do his thing.
Hills dumps the eggs into, if there's a pot boiling. Hard boiled. She will take one for herself and just like eat it raw.
With the shell on, or
Yeah,
Shell and all.
she'll like
It's like
talon
crunch?
break the shell open and
oh, okay. Because I imagined you like eating it like an apple, just like
That sound is so good, Susie. It's so bad, but so good.
Thanks, Hills.
Huh?
Oh, just thank you for finding those.
You're welcome. I have seen other city folk boil them, so I thought that you would appreciate it. I've also seen flat, fire, orange, white around. I've seen that too, but I do not know how. The boiling will have to do.
Yeah, it would be pretty wet if we tried to do that now, I think.
I think you're right. Thank you. That's fine.
She'll also good berries and go around.
Yeah. Are we doing good berries or are we doing the we still have leftovers from sushi night a couple days ago.
It's too late.
Oh, all right.
We can save it for tomorrow, I guess.
How long?
It'll last for another couple.
It's
2 weeks. So we still have plenty of
About
time.
a week and a half, yeah.
Hey, you think it's gonna be like this tomorrow?
Hopefully not.
Come here.
Okay.
Turn around.
Okay.
And she will smooth out with her claws, very delicate claws, his hair, and then she will part it in specific ways and cast Druidcraft in Glib's hair. You see?
Yes.
If we're gonna, for the next 24 hours, this is what we're gonna see.
And you see the rain kind of continue for a while, and then it seems to lighten, and it's a little like puff of fog with some sun rays.
It will continue. And then the mists will come. But once the mists come, we are in the clear, so to speak.
That's good to know.
Well, that's
I
good.
love you so much, Susie.
That was the best thing I've ever done. Anyway.
Yeah,
That's good.
Y'all have your time. You do your stuff. Does anyone else have anything that they'd like to do before you settle in for your long resting?
Just gonna house some of these eggs.
Yes, eggs and good berries for dinner.
And the eggs are very tasty. They're kind of creamy. They're pretty good.
Green eggs and good berries.
Eh.
You know, Irde will ask Alin if he can have like some just like chili powder and that she'll sprinkle on top of her hard-boiled egg.
That's a great idea. Yeah, we should definitely do that. Do that as well.
Yeah, we definitely should have done that.
Can't really do hot
Alright,
sauce.
well, who wants to do some watching?
I'll take
I-
first watch.
I'll take first watch as well. I very much feel badly that I wasn't able to help last night, so
Oh, no, it's completely fine.
anyway, I will. I can take first
If it
watch.
makes you feel any better, I didn't help either.
I'm feeling quite exhausted, so I'm going to go to bed. If I can.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, like, we have enough people. I mean, one of you would have to still help us, but the three of us that didn't take watch last night could take watch this
Yes,
time
actually,
and even things out.
Well,
Oh,
I can
that's
wake
fine
up.
then.
I can wake
Then-
up a little early. I'm just
Sure,
It's a
yeah.
little achy
Then maybe
today.
I'll just take the second watch so that those who are exhausted can.
What? No, I'm fine.
Are you?
No, go back to
Bryn,
bed.
just go to sleep.
Theoretically, if I've already been sleeping for 3 hours or so, I'll wake up for the last one. Good night.
Bryn just sleep through dinner.
Pretty much. At
Pretty
some
much,
point,
yeah.
Sales probably like comes and
Just,
just makes me
shoves
swallow
a
it, like
good berry.
pets my throat so I swallow a good berry.
Like moves your jaw so you chew it, and then.
Yes.
If I'm asleep, just shove some pancakes in my mouth and rub my throat till I swallow.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
just the
Deal,
way
good
Bryn
deal.
said theoretically while tilting haphazardly makes me think that maybe that's not
Not
going to
a great-
happen. But
Little faith.
So, I mean, I could take a solo watch if that. What is the watch plan? I'm confused.
I was going to take first watch. I can't.
Okay.
I'll do fourth.
I will take second watch.
I'll take third.
Great.
I should
Cool.
be up for the last one, I imagine.
Okay, so me and Bryn on the last one.
All right. Great.
And
Does
you
that
can
mean-
probably have Moogie back only because Silas can't vamp her away from me. Otherwise,
Oh,
it
he
would be
won't.
impossible.
He won't.
Oh well,
Yeah, he won't.
I'm sorry about that.
I think that means Glib sleeps through the night.
Glib just got a second night of full sleep.
We need him to be in top condition.
I just
Yes.
I just want to point out the vaguely continuous adventures of Glib, the accidental con artist. Alin has a point of exhaustion, and Alin is also taking a watch. Glib has had 2 full nights of
Well,
sleep.
Glib also hasn't had to pay for anything.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I said the continuing
Oh,
adventures of
wow.
the accidental con artist.
Oh, I love it.
He
Accidental?
deserves it.
Right.
We derive so much benefit from him constantly.
Well, that's why I always look so glib.
Oh.
Alan, you sure you don't want me to take a thing?
I mean, you can, but if I have Moogie with me, it'll be fine.
You do not have
Oh, okay.
Moogie. She is currently in the arms of Aym'Bryn.
Aym'Bryn.
The whole night? Well, shit.
I feel like Aym'Bryn needs this right now.
That's fair. All right. Yeah, you can either sit up with me or I'll just tank it. We'll be fine. Sipping alcohol.
Irde makes a fresh pot of tea, again, almost compulsively before Fenn's watch. So it's fresh for you.
So just
All right, I'm going to go sleep in that tree over there.
just for my knowledge, is Glib joining Alan's watch, or is Alan just doing it on his own?
I mean, if he said he's got it, he's got
Okay, Alan is YOLO. Got it.
it. Glib trusts you.
Love it. I'm here for it. No, let's do this.
I
Yeah.
want that on a mug or something too. Glib trust.
Guys, we're almost 2 days
Glib
through
trusts
this
you.
game. We've almost
I know, right?
We played for 2 days in the first hour of gameplay.
Hell yeah, new record.
I'm so proud of us.
Yep, we're the reigning champs.
Stop it.
Some of us.
You rolled an 8.
Oh no.
For a couple of minutes, it really seems like the rain just curtains everything and gets harder for a little while, and that gets in the way of you seeing just about anything on the planet. It's everything is water. On the plus side, it seems like it's scared away all of the big bag evil things that would potentially be in the forest around you, but
In Fenn's annoyance, he will draw both swords and just kind of practice with them just in case something pops out of a bush or something.
fair enough. Yeah. You have a fairly uninteresting watch as the rain just pummels you.
No.
Oh, that's annoying. Alright, who's up next?
I think that's me.
That is you.
All right. I wake up and I pull out my crocheting. And also I,
Crocheting in the rain.
When Irde wakes up, Dale's will, and he'll actually wake up too. And
Aww.
Are you sure you don't want to sleep? You had a rough day.
oh, it has been actually a wonderful day. It rained.
Okay, well, I will appreciate the company then.
Here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
roll me
I'm
your
assuming perception first.
Yes.
Me too
You
as
can
well.
both make one, or
That's a
one of
natural
you can make
20.
it with advantage.
Hey, I'm not even gonna roll.
Fair enough, yeah. And Irde, with that perception check, you keep a really good eye out, and then something kind of catches your eyes over on the edge of the forest, and you find a little outcropping of herbs that you think would make great tea.
All right, and I will pick up those herbs and put them in my kit. I did take a picture of that, and I will post it in the Discord later. And then I'm going to pull out a ball of yarn and my crochet hook. Especially because of all of this, I'd like to see if I could help keep people warm. And now I'm gonna try to roll a sleight of hand. Yes.
Silas wakes up for 3 seconds just to use Portent.
Yes or no?
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. No, that's metagaming us out. Absolutely.
I really wish you had, because that's a 4.
It is raining. I imagine crocheting in the rain is probably
Not
challenging.
easy. Yeah.
The
No.
rain has lightened since Fen's watch, but it's still not
But still bad.
done, and as you try, the stuff gets just a little soggy, and
Well, so it's I'm working on it.
What do you hope to do eventually?
Well, Fen makes things, and Alin also makes things, and Silus makes things, and Glib makes things. You also make things, actually. I'm counting Druid craft as that, just for your knowledge.
In a way, yes.
But you all make things. You all the good berries. You make food for us quite frequently.
You wish to be useful.
Yes.
Damn.
I don't feel like I am sometimes. So yeah, I suppose I am trying
You
to
know
find
what that
things.
feels like. Do not worry. Everyone is useful to somebody.
I'm not too useful to all, though.
You do not need to worry about that. You are incredibly useful. If you were not here, we would scatter like cats, so to speak.
I don't think that's true. But
I definitely think
anyway.
that is true.
Okay. I appreciate your face.
Sailsaba is self-aware.
I appreciate that very much. Well, I don't think this is going to go well tonight. Are you
is
sure you don't? Well, I feel bad that I woke you up, but
Oh, that is all right. I think I was here to help you, and I hope that I did. I like to sometimes try and keep people company.
I very much enjoy your company.
Oh, I'm glad.
Do you have another story?
Oh, do you like story?
I enjoyed the last one you told me.
Good. I wish to try something.
All right.
All right.
Yes.
Well, this did not always go over so well, but I have seen sometimes that the city folk enjoy stories that are not true.
Yes.
Is that all right with you?
That is fine.
Oh, okay.
As long as we know they're not true. then
Okay.
that's-
Yes,
that's
this
fine.
one is very not true.
Okay.
All right. So, once upon a time, there was a Tabaxi whose name was Secret Tunnel.
All right.
This Tabaxi was a most different individual. Was not very useful to his tribe, but he made use with many things. He could play the music of the air. He could play one song very, very well. Not others, but one song very, very well. and he traveled the land. He was banished from his pride, but he found others liked his song, and he spread it around everywhere. And eventually, he found a mountain. And in it, he found a hole into which he traveled for many, many days and found a secret trove of melons. The end.
Irde will applaud.
It was not true. Do not worry. It was.
Is it not true?
Oh well.
Can I?
Haven't you heard the song?
I know.
This is officially
Amanda has. Irde hasn't.
the song is canon. I mean, Sales, roll
melons.
roll me either a persuasion or deception check onto whether or not it was true. Irde, roll me an insight check or a history check, I guess, would also be allowable.
Either of them are not great, so.
Secret tunnel.
16.
Secret tunnel.
For insight or history?
I guess insight. They're both the same for me.
What? Sales, deception or persuasion?
Oh.
Roll one.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 3. So.
So yeah.
I have incited you. Is that a true story, or is
It
there
is-
a grain of truth to that story?
There is folklore and the Tabaxi history. There was a Tabaxi named Secret Tunnel. She didn't make the name up, but everything else is true.
But everything else made up.
Everything else
Okay,
is
well,
So
I
you
would
see
have
that the
planned.
story kind of isn't necessarily true, but there's a kernel of truth.
Yes.
but I now know the historical
Hidden in the
Tabaxi
Kaba
heroes'
Blood.
secret tunnel, and that's great.
There's a kernel of truth hidden in the Kaba Blood.
And then Irde will spend the rest of her watch and just sit next to Sails. It's like, do you mind if I? And then she just leans against you.
Oh.
Sailsaba will.
If it's not okay, it's fine. You can tell me.
Sailsaba at that, taking inspiration from something the wizard might have said, will use shape water to around her arm to take the water off. So it's a dry, furry arm, and the arm will go around Irde, and will sort of snugly, shove her into the side of the also dry Tabaxi. So Sailsaba will shape water all off of herself. So you're not next to a wet cat. He knows enough to know that's not fun.
Irde would take wet cat, but this is nicer. Thank you.
And Sailsaba will also the other hand will actually prop open a book as well, as they sort of chill out. And
I imagine Irde spends just all the time trying to untangle her.
And just about at the very end of your watch is when the rain lightens enough that it's basically just a mist.
Well, that's nice. Thank you again for the story. And then I wake up.
Alin.
Who am I
Mhm,
waking?
yeah.
Alin. Okay.
This is Alin,
Yep.
not Glib.
I could not remember who I was waking up.
Glib.
before
wake up.
Sailsaba goes back
Yes.
to bed, since the mist is going down, she'll go around and she'll shape water everyone dry, so that for the rest of the night, y'all are.
Waterbender Sailsaba.
But it's more just kneading the water off.
Making kitty biscuits.
Kitty biscuits, everyone.
I love it.
That's beautiful. And Alin, you wake up as they go back to sleep. You make me your roll, please. Unfortunately,
Yup.
it is technically a disadvantage.
Yes, it
As
is.
you have not finished
It's
your
not
long rest yet.
terrible, though. It is. I think I get +6. It's still 16.
Fantastic.
I rolled a 10 and 11.
Nice.
Yeah. You don't really hear a whole lot going on as the water starts to kind of slowly dissipate to just that really, really light layer of almost no rain. You start to hear rustling in the trees again, but none of it sounds dangerous and none of it seems to be coming near you as far as you can tell.
Okay, cool. Kind of as the watch is just beginning to start, just thinking back on kind of the last few days, I don't think it'll help Glib, but I'm going to, as I'm moving to where I'm going to sit down, I'm going to cast Calm Emotions over the area of the campsite, just in case anyone's having some nightmares, and then settle in against a tree and do my thing.
Fair enough. So anyone that was previously having nightmares, you just kind of drift into restfulness.
I think every couple of hours something would splash onto Silus from the ceiling, and that made him feel a lot better as he was getting his last couple hours of rest.
Nice.
I just rolled a luck check, so you also help Irde.
Hell yeah. Then who's got fourth?
Me and Aym'Bryn.
Yes.
Ah, perfect.
Bryn actually wakes up mostly on his own with the fact of he's actually kind of finished a full long rest.
Yes, but if I don't have to be awake.
That's true. Bryn is probably not going to be awake, so...
Oh, then just
I'll
me.
wake up. I'll do that thing like
Yeah.
when you wake up and you glance at your, and it's
Your
still an
phone.
hour before your alarm and you could get up. And you're like,
Oh.
Yes. But yeah, at some point you two wake up for your watch.
I would have gotten up halfway through their watch and started my ritual, so I get my portents in.
Glib.
Another pretty good set. Cool.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
And go ahead and roll me your perception checks, either
Okay.
together or as one.
I'll have Moogie help me out.
Glib.
all right, but she's doing it from over here.
That is. What's that?
I said, all right, but she's doing it from
She's
over
doing
here.
it from over.
Oh, she's you're still holding her?
Yeah. Obviously. I'm up now, but I just have my arm in front of my chest like this, and she can sit there as long as she likes.
Okay. Yeah.
She can speak,
that's- Yeah, that's an 18 for me.
16. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling marvelous.
Fantastic. Yeah,
You
and
got
everything really... everything is coming to life, but nothing seems to be really threatening you at current moment. There is still a heavy layer of fog and mist over everything through your watch, and that seems to kind of settle and be there. The rain has stopped, but it's kind of this mist over the ground. But
you look like you got some decent sleep, Aym'Bryn.
Yes. Yes. As much as I'd like to for the first time in a while, and I woke up dry, which is remarkable. I don't know how that happened, but I'm not going to question it.
Me neither. I hope you. I know we had a conversation about sleeping and all that, but I hope I've noticed you. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. I've noticed you.
It's not your fault,
trancing.
Silas. It's all right. You made a good point, and you're not the only one. I'm just. I'm trying to be a little more invested.
All right. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't because of something I guilted you into.
Well, I wouldn't put it quite that way. As I said, you made a valuable point, and what we're doing is important. And well, I've come to care quite a great deal about all of you, and I would hate to disappoint you.
Right.
That being said,
good.
tonight I've had quite a night's rest, and I'll strike a balance. Somehow there must be one.
That's best, yes.
Silus, and I've been sitting carefully about a foot and a half away from you. Do I make you uncomfortable?
Yes and no.
Enough said, I suppose.
Oh no, I can't. Everyone is frozen. Oh no.
I am.
Everyone was frozen. For a moment, my internet connection is not great.
Oh no. Silence, do I imagine?
Yes. Yes and no. I am uncomfortable around. Can I ask you something? And sorry, this may be a tangent. Am I the first wizard that you've met? Mage, wizard, whatever.
Oh, no, not at all. Why do you ask? I know I'm not fantastically great at magic. Some people, have the inclination.
That's not... No, I am unique in being a wizard, being of that vocation. Most people, and the reason why I said, when we were talking in the spa the other day, the reason why I said I hesitate to call people my contemporary is because wizards are assholes.
I beg to differ. I know quite a few quite pleasant ones, actually.
Well, you are lucky. But
do go on.
I was cloistered amongst my associates, my colleagues, but I still talked to people, and in those moments, I learned that the people who were around me, were very difficult to talk to. So, people in general make me uncomfortable in certain ways. To answer your question, you all are breaking down those barriers day by day, but I can still feel them, to be completely honest. To answer your question in the most roundabout way I possibly could.
No. I appreciate knowing, honestly, and I assure you, at least in my admittedly somewhat limited experience, not all wizards, I would count the present company as one such notable exception.
I am only this way because of the two other wizards that I know that are the same way. But yes, you make me uncomfortable, but you all do. But no, you don't make me uncomfortable because you try so hard to be comforting.
So, follow-up question, because now I'm not sure if I'm following you 100%. May I sit next to you?
Please.
Okay, I'm going to scoot over next to Silus so that we're touching just a little bit, and I'm going to pat him lightly on the knee and I don't know what I wanted to say. I always feel vaguely like I've upset you. You can have your boat back. I wasn't planning on keeping it forever.
No, it's fine. And if you see what Silas has just been fiddling with this entire watch, it's been the little black wooden raven that you gave him. He says, "No, of course not. I am sometimes severe in my countenance, so I apologize for that. But No, you don't make me upset. Usually, when you're not allowing Glib to stab you. But
I am sorry.
it's a learning experience.
Yes. And for that, then I am grateful when you all point out the areas in which I could improve. I mean that sincerely.
Right. Well,
I did.
we,
Oh no, go ahead.
please.
I had and you've just reminded me of it. I had a bit of a thought. These things that you've been, and I hate to turn this to something unpleasant, but these things that you have been searching for, you've searched for them in a number of libraries and so on. Have you?
More around Zadie's, but yes, please go on.
Okay, but in Zadie's, it kind of more of an academic sort of a libraries research kind of book learning sort of.
Yes, absolutely.
But what I want to ask is, have you gone through oral histories and the like, songs and legends and?
I hadn't thought of that actually.
It's just that.
No, I haven't.
I mean, there might be a better place to look at it, but everyone else has been, writing to their parents and things, and I kind of thought I might write my mother and see if she knew anyone to ask. She's a bit of a, well, I don't know what exactly to call it, lore keeper of sorts. Nothing fancy, but might be something to look into.
Well, certainly. I think these last couple of weeks have been an experience. Knowing the name of the thing that you are researching makes research times and times more simplified. So having Le Fafle as a baseline to research would ostensibly make it much easier, and I'm sure if Ipe knows about this creature, then there must be stories and there must be people who've written or sung or told about them, so I think it's a wonderful idea.
All right, a place to start, maybe. If you could, maybe at some point you could tell me what the major points are that you'd like investigated, and I can... It's much easier for me to keep it under 50 words, but maybe you could help me fill those.
Certainly, yes.
All right, I'll do that then.
I'll think on it. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Silus.
And I will reach over and I will squeeze Aym'Bryn on the knee.
I'm going to lean into a little bit and just kind of... watching, though, because I'm still not sure what part of me is making you uncomfortable. And I'm trying to see if it's physical proximity.
It doesn't seem to be.
Okay.
He's not uncomfortable by closeness.
Okay. And if you're tracking me at all, I'll seem mildly relieved, but
Yeah. And the night comes to a close. You all wake up to a heavily misted morning. Although you start to see just the peaks of sun, you think, through some of the clouds. And with that, I think this is a good time to hit our first break. So we will see you all in a couple of minutes. And bye.
See you in a bit.
Welcome back, friends, from our break. I hope yours was as good as ours. We will, let's head back into our game. So you were just about to start your day of travel.
Oh yes, let's. I just have the sudden urge to
Irde
get
cuts
out
her
of
hair,
here.
just like holds it up. Who wants this? All right.
Folks,
So you're
I do
amassing quite
not
a
recommend
collection.
sleeping in a tree.
Really? That bad?
Are you all right?
Oh, yeah, man, just got a crick.
Irde looks at both Silus and Aym'Bryn to sort of just perceive how they're doing.
Now that the rain has stopped, Silas is feeling a lot better.
He can see clearly.
The rain is gone.
I mean, it's still a little foggy, but
Can't see all of
Yes,
them.
how clearly are you seeing today, Silence?
Hmm?
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
May I,
Uh,
Yes, please.
yes.
I'll hop over with that. Probably a bit more spring in my step. I'm feeling
You
wonderful.
actually slept last night.
I slept last night and I just woke up feeling completely calm and totally dry. Was like magic.
It's not mine, but I'm sure someone here could have done that.
Fenn's gonna brew some coffee.
Ooh, sushi breakfast?
Yes, actually. That sounds
We have some,
Absolutely.
absolutely,
That
and I'll
sounds
take it
nice.
out, and we will have our final bit of seafood rations for the day.
You say we set out for the day, but we're like, no, we must RP
We have
breakfast
to have
first.
breakfast.
No, our final set of seafood rations for the day is what I said.
Oh no, I know. I meant to the keeper.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, no, it's true. I'd perfectly expect this. Don't worry about it. You're good.
Well, it's the
It's
most
It's the most important meal of the day.
Yeah.
Bryn, what does my braid look like?
Oh, well, how much time do you have?
Yeah, breakfast. I don't know. I usually wake up a little bit early to do my hair.
How far out are we from the, from your...
I believe we have at least a couple of days of travel.
We'll call this a practice round then. It is going to be a little bit fancier. I'm in a good mood.
Oh, thank you. You don't need to impress anyone, with my hair. At the...
Don't I, though? I don't know. Why don't we take a poll and see how everyone thinks you look today? I do like, Oh, I guess then, quick question. When you redid mine, is it very, utilitarian?
Probably.
All right. No, I like it. I slept,
I'm sorry, I'm
sitting
not
up
quite
mostly,
as,
so I imagine it's in pretty good shape.
I'm not quite as I don't have quite the finesse. I just
No. It's
done what
it's-
I've done for the past 19 years.
I think it's marvelously useful.
He
I
said
hadn't really
could.
thought about it getting in the way because I'd never really needed to worry too much about it, but
It's not quite nice. It's not quite as nice as yours. So anyway, thank you.
Hey, Irde,
Then
What?
if your
yeah.
hair grows that fast, why not just cut more of it off?
Well, I could, but the thing is, I like to maintain a certain length. Of
Also,
it.
I mean, is that rapid hair growth has that been your entire life?
Well, since I was about 5.
I see.
You know,
What happened when you were 5?
Well, this happened, and she'll shoot off a ray of frost.
I
Counterspell.
really thought you were going to necrotic shroud us just in the middle of breakfast. I was ready to roll that.
I am not. No, I.
Fine, you
doesn't-
want to know my backstory? Here it is.
You might not have seen that. Well, you know, when I was about 5 years old, I got magic, and that included the hair thing, and it's just been a thing for a very long time, I guess.
You remember how you got magic?
Interesting.
I mean, it just sort of happened to me, amongst other things, but
Yes. What did you see?
Well, I started, making things appear and making them cold, and it all just started appearing, and I didn't really know why. Well, I lost. There was a friend, I guess, who sort of disappeared at the same time, and I only can think that there's a correlation. I suppose you gain one thing and lose another.
Perhaps. I don't know if life always works like that.
I guess not, but I guess it did this time.
Have you ever seen them again?
No.
Perhaps we will one day.
We will.
Do you want to see them
Irde,
again?
Sorry, what, Aym'Bryn?
No, I was just going to say I think I missed a spot. And I was going to come over and stand behind her and redo her hair.
Y'all should really get in on this.
Hey, Glib, what kind of sushi are you eating
Wait,
over there?
don't
You
eat
look like
all
you
of
just
it.
cracked into it.
There's still some lobster left over.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well,
I was just very worried about how hard
we
our
do
sushi
have
had gotten.
just normal rations. I'm sure
It's
they're
very
not going to
cold.
be as
We have a fire.
Chewing through frozen sushi.
I undo the spell. I drop the spell on all the sushi so it can be warmed up, and then we put it over the
But like
fire
as
if we want
Glib
to.
is biting into
Yeah.
it, teeth clamped together really hard.
Glib, that is below freezing.
crunch, crunch,
That's
crunch,
not how
crunch.
it's supposed to be.
No.
No. Are there sushi restaurants in Aym'Bryn?
Yes.
All right.
If
It
there
was
weren't
it was
before,
like
there definitely
Cajun
are
style
now.
food, like crawdads and stuff like that when we ate it.
I know, I'm just
in
saying,
Cove,
we're
and now
gonna
it's
go get-
sushi.
I
There's
don't know how
right.
we got sushi, but we're getting sushi now.
Now
Anyway.
it's a jambalaya. It's been in a bag for a while.
I love this.
I feel like we all took
Anyway.
a point of exhaustion
No
from
response from
that.
Amanda, just takes a drink.
just died on the camera.
I
Cast
just
stupendous
happily
suspension
bump-
on Glib and freeze him where he is.
We established it doesn't work.
It doesn't work
We
on dead
established-
on living
I'm
people.
verified.
That's how we find out that he's not living material.
Just a mannequin.
It was
That's
From the
bartender
bartender?
all the
No,
time.
never say that
We
again.
swapped out in the second episode.
Oh, I don't know what
I
she's
hate it,
talking
I hate
about.
it.
There's no reason.
Thanks, I hate it.
Glib was that gray blur that we saw in Liaison the first time.
Seen through all disguise. Prepare yourself.
God.
There is nothing in this world like the bartender.
There's no war in Bossing, so.
There's no more things. Anyway,
There's nothing in this world like the bartender.
well, anyway, we're heading to Lidolf. You'll meet more people that, I knew.
Looking forward to it.
Are they cool?
I like them very much. I don't know what your definition of cool is.
Well, up until now, it was below freezing.
That, they are not below freezing.
What was the name?
Who?
What was the name that you were talking about?
Oh, just, if we're going to Lidolf, we're going to meet people who I knew.
Collection of friends.
Ah,
Associated.
I see. Yes,
Uh,
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Yes.
Some Leadites.
Yes.
They're very good with technology.
And nature too, some of them. My master was.
You need to impress them.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if I need to impress them. I feel like
Would
they've
you
gotten.
like to?
I don't know if I necessarily feel like I need to impress them. I feel like
We're a pretty impressive bunch.
that you all are. Yes.
You certainly leave an impression.
I would like them to, I guess, think well of me in some way, but I don't. They have seen me at much worse than I am now, so I don't think you'd worry.
And they've never seen us at all, so we could just be base level.
Yes, you could.
Well, and then you would look much better by association if we all looked.
That's not. I mean that if. First of all, I don't think you would look bad. I don't think you would do that. And also, if I were to associate with myself with people who were a problem, I feel like that would be more of a judgment.
Let us braid your hair.
If you want to braid my hair, Aym'Bryn already did it, but you're welcome to.
We must make it look magnificent.
We appreciate the support, but I think the more accurate statement is we will not intentionally look bad. I don't think we can promise what we're going to look like.
I've already promised to be sober when we get there.
As long as your intentions are good, I don't.
Oh, all right. Well, in that case, then we'll be fine.
We could kind of let Irde take point, though, kind of.
Of course, yes.
That would be a good
not
call.
Not that we don't already, but to defer to her a little bit.
It is her home. I don't see why not, or her temporary home, for however long it was.
Aye.
Just to be clear.
Yes.
We should not use this as our opportunity to play Eat the Goblin.
No.
All right, cool. We just gotta set.
Save it
Unless there's some sort of contest or event or body of water.
As you know, I did not see the ocean until several days, a week ago at this point. I don't actually know how long it's been. So unfortunately, there's not any large body of water that I can. I suggest yeeting you into.
There is a library there.
I don't think you should yeet someone in a library. There's quite a bit of potential for knocking over books, and I don't think that would be a good choice. If we are perhaps out of the town limits, and you wish to yeet.
Would your mentors want to participate? That's really the real question here. Is do they want
it? I'd find that probably unlikely.
Not. Probably not.
That's a shame. All right, that's fine.
There are a couple of weapons experts, but I don't think necessarily goblin throwing is how they test things.
Keeper, yes. How far are we out of the town?
2 days.
2 days.
2 days travel.
Can I, as we are just setting up to go, I can say, I'll be right back, and I will cast Levitate on myself and just float up 200 feet. Can I just take a look around where we are?
Would you like to roll me the perception check for the day?
No, I would not.
Would you like to just roll me a regular perception check?
Yes, please. I just want to see what's going on around us.
Fair enough. Go ahead.
No, I do not want
to roll. That's a hard 3, so that's a 4 for me. I'm glad.
There's a whole lot of trees.
That's a whole lot of trees.
There's a bunch of trees.
Today, Alin.
No, really. There's so many trees. There's also this fog that's everywhere. There's a bunch of trees. And there's some fog. There's some trees.
And I will sink back down to the ground and just.
When Silus gets within a jumping range, Sails will try to pounce on him.
Oh goodness! Just grab him and pull him down.
Do you want contested grapple check?
Could I roll an intelligence check versus her grapple, because I'm gonna float back up if she's gonna try and.
Sure, I will let you roll an intelligence check. Sails, roll me I will let you choose stealth or athletics.
All right, we better roll stealth first if you're going to.
So here's the problem: is if you float back up, you've now started the game.
I know, but what other choice do I have, Alan? What other choice do I have?
You can come back down to the ground.
Yes, but at the same time, how many of us lost the game?
So I do see it.
Yeah.
That's a 21.
Yeah, you get yourself
Sailsaba, what the hell are you doing?
Sailsaba, actually, I have a question for you. And Irde's gonna lead Sails over a little bit. Have you, Sails?
Huh?
Have you ever met a Firbolg?
Have I ever met a Firbolg?
A Firbolg. F-I-R-B-O. Have you ever met one?
Question for the keeper. Were there any of those at Smaras? Because we probably
there were some around the... You've probably run into something. Make an intelligence check.
Bold of you to assume.
Because at the same time, there are many options with this, so.
Oh, that's just a straight 10.
10? So here's the fun thing. You know.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what these things are called.
That's what I was gonna say.
Please describe.
Non-kitties are just non-kitties.
We have
Different words for these things.
Oh,
Can you describe in words?
I understand.
They are very large. How would I describe a fear
That
bolt?
does not
Hold
narrow
on,
it
I'm
down.
sorry. No, I know. Amanda's
Tall
like,
cow people.
yeah, basically. Like, very large cow person tend to be attuned with nature as well.
Are they cow people?
Are they?
Kinda. It
So-
depends on the description.
That's the thing is, I'm like,
Think of them as
how
cow
does one
people.
describe a fear bolt?
Technically, they are Fae adjacent. So they are very nature oriented. Usually they have gray skin and wide features.
I was like, I know what they look like, but I have no idea how to actually
Yeah, it's hard-
put
But
that
how
in words.
to explain them? They have the
Yes.
cute little ears.
They're kind of in the order.
They usually have wider
giants.
noses and things. Like
Yeah,
that.
they're semi-giant or whatever.
It's vaguely giant, but technically Fae origin.
Yes.
It's a weird fusion of like Fae and giant. And
So Irde somehow explains that.
nature.
Perhaps.
Okay, well,
All I know is that my gut says maybe.
You a strong.
Why do
tell
you
them like
ask?
hello. Well, my master is a fear bolt. So I was wondering, they're not as common as some other races here, like yourself, a Tabaxi. So I was wondering if perhaps they were slightly more common on Smaris.
I think I have heard of the type of two-legged creature that you are speaking about.
We are close to nature then.
Yes.
Ah,
I feel like you will enjoy Master Viren very much.
I have run into a few of these while I've been in the cities.
they have been the nicest to me.
He was very nice to me as well. And having thoroughly distracted Sailsaba, so Silas can
Yes,
Get down.
I'm on the ground again.
Lovely.
Very, very thankful. I walk past Irde and just squeeze her on the shoulder and continue walking.
Fantastic.
Um,
Would you all
I'm
like
gonna-
to start? Oh,
Oh, I'm gonna
Yes.
sidle over to Fen actually while this is all happening. Fen,
Yes, Bryn.
good morning. It's lovely nice to see you.
Good morning.
Okay, so this is just going around. I have a quick question for you before we begin. Do I make you uncomfortable?
No.
Okay, good. And I'm gonna come over, kind of lean conspiratorially close to him and say, Fen.
What did I do?
No, you didn't do anything. I mean, that's actually precisely the problem. I spent an awful lot of time on Irde's hair this morning. Don't you think it looks nice?
Yes.
Damn it.
Don't you think she might like to hear you tell her so? Perhaps.
Bryn.
I always like to, I like to hear it quite a bit.
Bryn, I love you like a brother.
Oh, okay, well,
And
good.
I
well,
hate you
never mind, I thought
like a
I was
brother.
gonna say something. Yes, sorry, you were saying?
I love you like the sibling I never had, and I hate you like the sibling I never had, because I get the feeling that an older sibling would do just this kind of shit to me.
Well, I've never been an older sibling, but I'll hopefully I'm a quick study.
Irde, your hair looks amazing.
Oh, well, thank Bryn. They did a very nice job.
I am thanking Bryn.
Okay, that's a 25 for stealth. The moment that he called out to Irde, I'm gone.
and you disappear. It's like you suddenly become a wood elf and you just blend with the shrubbery.
No, you never saw me. I was never here.
Finn is once again drow purple.
But thank you. Thank you.
Anytime.
Guess anytime Bryn does my hair.
Oh no, looks great. Oh, the time. I'm going now.
And I believe that's how all of you start your walk, because if not, Fen's going into the forest on his own.
So I actually rolled a 17 insight,
go
so
walk
I'm just
into the
like
nearest
confused
ocean.
about it.
Yeah, unfortunately I feel like Irde probably doesn't have any idea even at a 17.
Oh no, I don't think I do. She knows something is up, but has no idea.
Most certainly.
Yeah.
She's like, well, he's being weird, but okay.
But
that's it.
Irde doesn't roll those checks at disadvantage.
We walk.
Can I roll an insight check on Irde?
Sure, go ahead. Irde, would
For
you like
what?
me?
Oh, that's a natural one. As I go back into the forest, one of Alan's branches hit Silus today, and then it got me right in the eyes. Oh, I wanted to.
So I'm not going to contest that with anything because it's a natural
Nope,
one.
because it's a natural one. Nothing. But yeah.
All right, I'm done with the coffee. Let's go.
Oh no! Oh shit!
I was watching you, space work that, and I'm like, what is he doing?
I love it.
Oh.
Yeah,
All right,
Glib had
have a
all
Glib.
the breakfast and all the coffee. Not all of it, but a good chunk. And you
we all
start
had a
walking.
cup, and then Glib finished them.
As we start walking, every couple of steps, Silus will just float off the ground like a couple of feet and then land again, and then float off the ground a couple of feet and then land again.
Fantastic. I would like
Continuous jump.
survival and perception, please.
Like a moon man.
And then 10
I
minutes
will
later.
assist perception.
Yeah, you will. Oh, thank God.
Can Moogie help with survival?
Yeah, why the hey not?
Sure, why not?
She
Okay.
got this covered.
All right. Now that's a 21.
Don't
It
go
was
here.
a nat one.
Oof.
Thank God for advantage.
But I wasn't gonna metagame it. I was just gonna wait.
What'd you get
I'm really glad.
for survival?
Alan, the road is that way.
Sales?
Oh shit! Right. I'm sorry. I still can't. I'm bleeding a little bit in my eyes from the branches.
Bleeding a little bit in my eyes. Holy shit.
Oh no.
I mean, I've
what's the
heard of
survival
things
check?
like this. What was the survival check?
23 with Mookie's help.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Moogie.
Walking is very easy, and you see throughout the day that it seems to work out pretty well. The first thing that you really slightly into the day, almost to about midday, you actually see a couple of bright flashes kind of in the trees. And then all of a sudden you walk under this tree and a rainbow of different brightly colored birds just kind of takes off into the sky.
Sales, grab one. Let's get dinner.
Okay. I don't think I'm the right person to do that.
I will try and... I will try.
I get the feeling before we even say anything, Sales is already 10
It's
feet
just,
off the ground.
pushing
She's
into
already
the
gone.
world, into the...
Sales, go ahead and roll me a dexterity-based attack roll.
Alright.
It's very National Geographic, like we're just enjoying the flight of
Right.
birds, and
Yeah.
then all of a
And
sudden
like-
just one of them pulled to the ground.
You do have
Sadly,
proficiency
nature
for
has
this, so
different
it would be your
plans.
dex and your proficiency, because it'd be your...
Dex plus proficiency. Oh no.
Oh,
9.
yeah.
9.
9?
Yes.
Let me double check that actually, because I do have it. Unfortunate. Yeah. So you jump up, and it's just as one of them kind of flutters off and kind of gets out of your claws
Silas.
just before they sink into it.
Silas sighs in relief as he sees her miss.
Basically what you see is this cloud of feathers and then just Sails in the middle, just swiping at nothing.
Oh no.
The flustered Tabaxi will have to rely on her pack for sustenance for the evening.
But
that's
you
the
do find in
best
the
thing I've
area
ever-
some very tasty berry bushes, as well as some feathers on the ground if you would like brightly colored feathers.
I'll take a
I
couple
would
feathers.
like some brightly colored feathers.
Right?
I would also like Josh to David Attenborough our entire campaign.
Our entire
Please.
campaign, right?
And here we see the party wasting time.
Irde actually would like to go up to Silas at one point and will watch Silas and if he is okay with it, hook her arm through his.
He will look at you, kind of eyebrow cocked, but
Oh yes,
Accept
the
it.
party's first hookup.
Oddly.
Let's see how it goes.
I just wanted to check how you were after last night.
no, I'm fine. it brings back memories, but nothing that... It's been years. Thank you, though. I appreciate your looking out.
You shared something with me. I'd like to think I take it to heart, you know?
Yes. And I will put my hand on Irde's arm and just say, I promised something to Aym'Bryn, somewhat recently, and I would extend this same thing to you. I promise, if it is within my power, to help you find what it is you're looking for. Whether that is peace or whether that is reconnecting. I will... I will help you. If I can.
I know you will.
And I'll squeeze her arm and keep walking with her as we are linked.
I don't think I ever have to worry about you helping people.
Things just need doing. If you have the ability, or if you have the... Yes, if you have the ability to do something, you have the responsibility to do something. So, that is... what I've always been told.
So you practice it every day?
I try.
You succeed?
Deep purple blush.
So, I don't think there's no way on this planet or any other that I can overhear them, but I am going to watch Silus and Irde walking ahead. I usually control back.
All right. So that means Sails and Alin, you're kind of towards the front, right? And then, where would the rest of you be?
I think Fen and Alin are toward the front. Sails
Yeah.
making
Sails usually makes
circles.
That's true. Sails is circuits.
Yeah, we got the 2-2-2 and then sails going around
Sails
like
is circuits.
like an electron.
Sails
Glib and I
circuits.
usually take up the road, right?
Electron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silas
Beautiful.
and I usually walk together, so.
Yeah, we're in the middle.
That would make
Squishes in the middle.
We
That would make
squishy.
sense.
The squishy casters.
And our... Yeah. And walking for most of the day is pretty nice. As it starts to draw towards the end of the day, Alin, you and Fen kind of hear some noises that sound strange. And you kind of come towards a clearing, and you start to see trees shaking from a little while off.
No.
And it's very big, for sure. And you start to see flashes of white fur in front of you, and you hear.
Oh no.
And a little ahead of you, in the forest, is that.
So we really can't go around it?
You can try. I will allow you to try.
Can I...
Can we try?
What's
Yeah.
it doing?
You can roll stealth checks if you'd like.
Can I cast Prestidigitation, like, away from us? Like, it's a 30-foot range. Can I cast it away from us? And away from the direction that we're going, and have it be that same cry reflected at it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
I give myself a 19.
Okay, fantastic.
So that is a 28.
And I will... Oh, cheese and rice. I don't even think this thing can get...
Thank you, important.
higher than that.
Expertise.
Yeah, there's not a single way in any kind of...
It can roll that 20.
anything. No, it can't. Nat 20 would still not work, let me tell ya, because
Maybe.
you can't crit on an ability check.
That is true.
So, yeah, it's just kind of like, and and it starts to go in that direction, I need all of you to roll me stealth checks.
Sailsaba, can you do the thing? Thank you.
Okay.
So stealth check.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, that was passed without a trace, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
That's a 19 for Silas.
26.
36.
Jesus Christ.
It's like I'm a rogue or something, you guys.
Almost.
I know.
25.
17.
21.
In her hurry to cast that spell, was rolling that one.
Oh.
But hold on, it's still a 13.
Yes.
Or what is your dex, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, what is your... I don't know. I just added my skill
Can't
to it.
crit on a skill check.
I mean, it is still a 15.
Okay, so
God
That's-
damn.
Ain't bad.
so much better than my stealth.
That one for a 15. I like
All
that
right.
statement.
That's one of the traits,
And
man.
you are going and you manage to duck through trees and everything like that and get around the gorilla.
Yay!
Silas doesn't know what that thing is, but Brion hates those things.
It's pretty tough. Not gonna lie.
Aren't we glad we got around?
They don't have those at the ZD Zoo?
No,
Oh,
never
hang
seen
on.
one
Now
before.
I
That was
kinda want a
terrifying.
guiding bolted.
Please don't, Alan.
Alan turns
Don't you
around
want,
and
like-
goes back.
Don't you want like a square foot of it
You're
to
to like,
study?
if
No,
Alan
I
turns
don't.
around, you're just like tackles him.
Yeah, he
Glib
doesn't
just
actually
randomly
try.
cast Compelled Duel on it.
When Glib says, "Don't you want a square foot of it to study?" Silas goes, "No, I don't." Well,
No, please.
Sales cast presentation again. Closer.
Are you
Bring it on back.
are you going back to unsolve
on
my
back.
Gorillin puzzle?
I'm gonna go back a little bit, and I'm gonna just can I just observe it from the back? I don't want to get too close. If it's too far away already, I just wanna see it.
Roll me a perception check.
Ida, do you still have Silas's
The gorilla looks disappointed for some reason.
That's a 5.
Yeah, you don't see it. You
Okay,
see like
if I-
crashing and thrashing and
If it's far enough away, I'll go back. But
yeah.
Perhaps.
yeah.
We should wait another day.
Right. Yes, you're right. Sorry.
There are enough dangers on the road.
Right. Yes. I.
Well, not anymore. That thing ate him.
Keeper, would Sailsaba have?
we should
will
be.
thank it.
Would Sailsaba have seen a
Grateful.
similar species to that in Smaris?
Roll me a nature check.
I'm really bad at this.
I should really ask that before I just decide that Silas doesn't know what this thing is.
4. I mean, there are things like you've seen gorillas. That thing was a little more than a gorilla.
Sails will put an arm around
look-
Silas and be like, "Let me tell you about the gigantic back where I come from. They are much like it."
Right. Yes, please. I'm willing to listen.
I will show you tonight before we go to.
Okay. I rolled a just for fun nature check to not count for anything, and I rolled a natural 1, so it's fitting. The dice tell their story.
Yeah, so the dice knew that you didn't want to know things. But yeah, and you settle in for a night's rest.
Silas doesn't know things. That's the only thing he can do.
That's a lie.
Oh,
Don't know
That's
things
incorrect.
about Gorillin. How's that?
Silas, use levitate to lift your spirits.
Oh, God.
Silas, he doesn't even drink that often, so he can't drink and know things. He just knows things.
That's a different kind of spirits.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to think that those dice are
Just levitate the
I
alchemy
rolled
jug.
60
Yeah.
something
Why, Glib?
5 times in a row.
Are they weighted?
No, they're just regular old D10, but for some reason my D10 have decided that the only thing they want to roll today are 60s. So I'm switching D10.
Put them in detention.
Yes.
Other people like that.
Okay.
Josh.
No, it was good. It was really good.
Okay.
Sailsaba, before
Um,
they settle down, will sidle over to Bryn and say, "Ooh, do you fear them?"
Have I ever seen something like that?
Roll me a nature check.
Nature check.
for a luck check.
Oh, hey. 17.
17. Yes, you have seen a gorilla before.
Oh, like that one
21.
specifically. I was thinking just regular gorillas, but there is that black market zoo apparently under Cava, so I mean,
Cava has a little
admittedly,
bit
I had
more-
a bit of an advantage on the ones that I've encountered before, so no, not really.
Good. You will soon see more. And she goes over to Silus. Here you go. And becomes an ape.
Please warn me before you do that.
I like how our reaction was to look up a little bit, but Sails is
Yeah.
probably taller than an ape.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, your ape, is it like bonobo or silverback gorilla?
She's
There's a very
trying
big
to mimic
difference.
the gorilla as much as possible. So silverback. We're looking
All
at
right,
silver.
cool.
Silverback.
All right, good to know.
You have to know.
Bonobo is
Silas
for
will just
another
kind of-
gathering.
Silas will just pull out his notebook and start to like make a quick sketch and just all around take some notes about what you look like.
Silas is so Jane from Tarzan right now, and she's just like, with the
Right?
Yeah,
ball
basically.
and-
Pulls out a measuring tape, like wraps it around her arm to see what the muscle mass is on the bicep, and then
Oh, it got less romantic all of a sudden.
yeah.
Alan is definitely going to join you in comparing forearm sizes, like just checking, to
Is
compare to
Alin going to wrestle?
you. Thinking
Now
about
would
it.
be the time.
I
Why don't you consult the?
No, I feel like that one scared me out of a good opportunity last time.
I had a 19
By
to give you,
telling me it
man.
might
Yeah.
not go well.
Sales, Sales, you wanna wrestle? I've seen apes before, but not one this big, and it kind of seems like fun. The last ape that I wrestled was like that big, and I just kind of threw it. So, I figured we'd just try it out.
Wait, what?
Wait, yes. In what context did you do this before? Just real
Well,
quick.
you land on islands, and like big little monkeys and apes try to
Okay.
steal your food, and sometimes you just take
Okay.
them and you just have
Alright,
to chuck them off the side.
That makes sense.
Warm
That makes
breath.
sense.
They come through the
Warm breath
windows.
comes out of the ape's nostrils and hunkers down, and a clawed hand comes up.
Oh God. Oh, just arm wrestle. Thank God.
Okay.
Or yeah,
Alright, you want
either
a
way,
clean
we
wrestle?
could tumble.
Alan does not get his arms ripped off today.
Well, maybe he does.
Well, maybe we can do a
We'll
full
see.
wrestle. That's fine. It's up to you.
Contested athletics checks.
Perfect.
See, the secret is you let the sails win or she'll rip your arms off.
Oh dear. Okay.
Oh
You
no!
said
Athletics.
athletics?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. I could still roll really bad.
Oh
Apes have
no!
like a +8 or something like
Plus
that.
8.
10?
13.
10?
Yeah.
13?
It's closer than I thought it would
Alan's a little bit weaker than an ape, and that's fine.
Alan holds his own for a hot minute and then just
All right, Irde, you're up.
I feel like I had quite a bit of a time last 2 nights ago whenever we did that.
Yeah, she already proved that she beat Alan, right?
That's true.
But not the gorilla.
I do not know if I could
Just
beat
the bear.
Well, she's
How-
beaten a bear already.
She beat a bear.
How quiet are you being with your chest beating and
Probably not very.
Oh, not.
Oh,
Not at all, I don't
no.
I'm guessing probably not too much.
yeah, so at some point you guys start to hear loud crashing behind you.
Oh,
Oh,
are you
dear.
kidding?
Oh, I thought we
I
at least
will
got a
look to everyone and say, "Run!" And I will put a fog cloud up where we are,
Book it.
and just book it out to there.
We run.
And
Yep.
and you make it safely away and run
As we
for a little while.
Sales Ape will tuck Glib.
Apesaba?
Apesaba will
Apesaba.
will nudge Glib and offer a big furry arm scoop Glib up and
Like a baby gorilla. Just
Yeah, and
Amazing.
you guys make it decently away.
We're not doing this encounter keeper, no matter how much you want us to.
Sorry, we're not doing it. We're not doing it.
I was happy to let it go, and then all of a sudden a gorilla screamed out into
Yes,
the
she did.
forest
It sure did.
where a
It sure
gorilla
did.
was.
But we
No,
figured it
that's on
out.
us.
We're not doing it.
Just saying. I
We've
gave you
solved
every
your gorillan puzzle.
I gave you every opportunity to not hit the gorillan,
You did.
And now we didn't hit the gorilla.
And now
And
you
the
didn't
gorilla is far behind us.
and the
we're good.
gorilla.
Hopefully.
Yes,
Again.
you are.
Until
At
we
least
make
until we
camp.
can
Yeah.
get
You are
right.
safely
Tyler's
away
gone
from
and
the
looks a
gorilla.
lot like
Middle of the freaking night. Look, we brought your baby back.
Bold of you to assume.
Anyway,
But yes, yeah, you guys make it to a place that you think you're pretty safe. You think everything's okay. Sun is certainly going down. And yeah,
now we make camp
now you
Yes.
settle in for your long rest.
quietly.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'll take watch tonight, I guess.
Have you not been taking watch?
Good of you.
What?
Glib.
People say they got it. I'm inclined to believe you.
That is honestly fair.
We're coming up on Lidl,
Little, yes.
Yes.
and they have a lantern. Yes.
Yes.
Do we have a rough idea of what time tomorrow we'll hit the city? Most likely.
Keeper.
You would assume approximately by the end of the day.
So like as the
tomorrow.
sun is going down tomorrow, we'll be.
Yeah,
Probably,
it could be a
yes.
little bit. It could be a little bit sooner, depending on how tomorrow
Depending on our
goes.
survival checks?
Depending on how everything goes, yeah. Or it could be a little longer, depending on your survival checks.
Of course.
Because that's. But you would approximate it's about a day's travel, give or take.
In answer to Aym'Bryn, yes, there is a lantern to Gez.
Okay. Oh, Gez. Remind me.
I totally look. There's a reason.
No, it's all right.
It is the
Mildly
god
curious.
of I believe like the child of Elenil, right?
Yes, the child of Elenil and
Elenil
The god of
and,
civilization.
yes.
Unpan.
Interesting.
He is the god of civilization, and he actually has a couple of other things that he's
Yeah.
secondary
Fussy
of.
sort, would you say?
I'm sorry?
Community and acceptance among their
Yes.
tenants.
Yes. All of that. That Irde knows that.
Been getting
Amanda
on the
has
wrong
no
side of
desire.
gods lately, and rather avoid that headache. If
Yeah,
I
but isn't that kind of fun?
Well, they are
I
the
mean-
partner of the god of failure, so, you know.
If anyone would like to make a religion check, I will allow religion checks to see if you know anything about his personality.
I mean,
Anyone?
I'll try, but I'm shit at it.
Anyone?
Sick bet I don't.
Nah. Yeah, I don't want it.
Yeah, there's a reason I asked it.
I was at a convent for 2 Gez, so I'm
Yeah, I
gonna just
imagine.
assume I know.
Yes, you would probably know. Actually, you would definitely know.
Have I run across them in any of my reading?
Make a religion check.
Sometimes you get lucky.
Oh, actually, that is a 16.
Fantastic.
Ain't bad.
Sorry, I'm trying to find. I had more in-depth stuff somewhere in my
No,
notes.
I was just madly curious.
But yeah,
More of a
you
lot.
you get the feeling that Gez in particular is pretty chill, kind of playful, very excited to learn. Likes innovation, likes technology, all that sort of stuff.
Sailsaba goes over to
It was a
Irde.
millennial.
And then remembers and then,
Yes.
guess. Yes,
Yes.
he is a human.
Yes.
And he loves to learn. And he loves to organize the city folk into large cities. And it's very, very, very curious.
That is all very true.
Oh, Silas, you were asking,
What?
Wizard. Is that what you wanted to know?
About
I was
Gez?
asking. No, that was Aym'Bryn, wasn't it?
Someone was asking.
Someone was asking about Gez. I don't know.
Help us.
Aym'Bryn
just
asked about
curious.
Gez. I
Danger
knew
we'd be
the.
in the next town.
I knew the very baseline of it. I don't know the particulars.
Wait, if nobody asked about Gez, then what happened?
Who's driving the truck?
Oh, God.
If we don't remember, we'll just have to take a wild guess.
Finn just starts making his circuits around the camp again.
But yeah. Would anyone like to make, or what would you like to do as you settle down for camp?
I will eat dinner with everybody. But then I will start. But then I will start to work on the second stage of the spell. And I will go over to Sailsaba and I say, "Have you made any headway on the sheep? I'm getting to a point where I may need it soon."
Yeah, I've spent a couple of sessions carving it. Keeper, would you say about done with it? I think I've spent like at least 3 sessions on it. I think. Okay.
Yeah, I would say that you make a sleight of hand check just for the funsies.
How's your sleight of hand?
Well, that is a 21. So.
Hell yeah.
So it's sheepy.
Real cute sheep.
It's pretty sheepy.
It's a pretty cute sheep. Scott.
Thank you. And I will take it. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. I will figure out a way to pay you back for this. Thank you.
No need to pay back.
I want to. But thank you, Sailsaba. And I will go over to Alin, and I will say, "Alin, I have a favor to ask you. Sailsaba carved this wonderful sheep caricature for me. It is out of soap. I do need it to be a little bit more permanent. Do you think you could recreate it in any kind of metal? I can provide you with some coin if you need it."
No, I've got more coin than I know what to do with. Yeah, no, I can do that for you.
Solid gold
wonderful.
sheep.
Yeah.
Alan's like, I don't know what to do with this gold, guys.
This is way too much money.
I feel like a solid gold sheep might cause a problem with any sort
God.
of pantheon.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
I was
That's
just
their
thinking
preferred
that.
idol.
Weirdly, my prayers do change the type of metal too, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, good. Then we're fine.
Be
Forge
nice to have
clerics
a
are weird, man.
Fucking broken.
be nice to have a copper sheep if that was possible.
Yeah, copper. Yeah. That should work.
Wonderful.
Much less problematic religiously.
Yes. So I will hand the soap to you, the soap sheep to you, to do that, and then I will take as much time as I can before watches start getting some hours in. How many hours would you say before we start to take sleep?
I'd probably assume you would have at least an hour or two.
Okay.
With dinner and prepping everything and just kind of settling in.
For sure.
Sailsaba, because she prepped this, will cantrip bonfire.
Woo!
And it's a very nice little bonfire for...
Here to
Well,
make tea,
okay.
as she do.
She does it by very knowledgeably making a fire. Really fast.
I cast bonfire, by which I mean I just built
By
a
just
fire.
knowing how to build a
Fire.
fire. But well, because. Yes.
Because bonfire only lasts for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Glib, well, let's get it started.
Keep throwing more on there.
Yeah. And you guys settle down for your long rest.
Oh, just during those couple of hours, Glib, I remember you mentioning wanting to practice with a sword. I'm not the best at it, but if you wanted to run through some things with me.
Sure.
Yeah.
And now it's a rapier.
He goes through like,
Ting,
how
ting.
many different forms does it take first? It's like tongs and...
Tongs, tiny hammer.
Becomes like a
Dagger.
trident at one point, so it's like,
It's like a cycle. You have to cycle through. You can't just skip ahead.
yeah, I have to open up the quick menu to get to that.
It's a good system, but it can be a little clunky.
That's very interesting.
All right.
Right.
Well, yeah. I've never used one of these before, but I've seen you use yours, and I figured maybe I'll pick up some pointers.
I'm not the best person to copy, but someone did at one point teach me how to do it correctly, and I will endeavor to show you what I remember.
Okay. Well, on guard.
Oh, you don't have to point it at me. It's more kind of like an independent. But it's kind of a pattern of movements, and I'll show him. It's almost like Tai Chi or something, like a kind of a set of.
Perhaps don't point it at
Like a
people
kata.
before you learn the forms.
Oh. Glib turns to you.
Don't point it at me either. Don't point it at me either.
Points to the ground. That's a good point.
Generally,
Is
you
it,
just only put the pointy end toward things that you either want to stab or don't mind if you do, just in case something happens.
Yeah, I have an idea, actually. And Glib focus, concentrate, and then the end of it will be there'll be like a little knob
A
at
cork.
the end.
Oh, I love it.
Cute. Very cute.
In like a flower.
I'm sorry, Josh, for editing the sound, that squeak that I just gave, but it was really cute, so it's your fault, really.
It wouldn't be an episode without one of those.
Yeah.
Got one of those little rose corks.
Keeper.
Yeah.
Who do I think taught me how to use weapons? Would that be the Headmaster Asha or Toram?
It would kind of depend on the weapon. You probably got lessons from both of them.
Okay.
Depending on which one you were using at the time, because they both have different specialties.
Can I
That
ask
they
which one had which? Irde would know that.
Yes.
No, she was always blindfolded for all her weapons training. She was teaching her what.
She gets to know nothing.
I'm going to disguise my voice.
So, sorry, let me remember.
Asha is the headmaster.
Yes.
And Toram was the other weapons expert you said.
Yes. So Torin is a novice. So Torin would have been starting her training under Asha as you came in.
Okay.
So I lied about that because I mixed up Asha or Torin and the secondary. But yes.
But Torin would be sort of like a contemporary, I guess.
Yeah, it would have been like protege type thing. You might have gotten a couple of pointers on a couple of things that they knew really well, but yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well then, on guard, tree.
Yeah, and we'll just go through a few things. I'll try my best to explain what I remember to Glib, and we'll do our little. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, kind of. Through the.
Sometimes the rapier moves before you give the direction, and Glib's a little surprised, and that's how I because any packed weapon you have, you're proficient with it, and so that's kind of how I justify that.
You know how to use it
explaining
intrinsically.
It to you, and then I actually start
the weapon
glancing
itself
over
knows.
to know when I've forgotten something, like, oh, yes.
You can see interdimensionally. You've just got this fae standing at the edge of you.
Yeah.
But they're moving the other. They're holding the point.
They're holding the little point and just.
You're just getting kind of yanked.
Out of anyone's face.
Yep. Especially, Dia. Should definitely do that. But yeah, would you like to set up who's gonna do watches? Do you want to do watches?
Watches would probably be good.
We're just gonna balls to the wall. We just got a close encounter with the gorilla, and we're feeling fine.
Really?
Everybody go to sleep.
Everybody sleep it off.
I'm going to.
I'll take them all, guys. It's fine.
I'm going to stay up all night, so I can take 1 or 2 watches. But I have some,
All right,
I have some,
Silas has got it.
I have some things to work on.
All right.
I can be up for a couple as well.
Or maybe I shouldn't, considering the look that the keeper's given me.
You can sleep. It's fine.
Do as you like. You're allowed to do
I will
whatever you
take
please.
a watch. I don't care which one. Be it with Silas or.
Didn't you do this? And then we stumbled upon something important, and then you were very tired.
Yeah. Silas is allowed to do whatever Silas would like.
I know, but
As
without
I
our
would-
wizard.
Yeah,
If
as
you're
I
sure,
recall,
Silas.
Silas, we ended up having to cycle back, and when we came back, you had to recheck the ruins, even though I made rubbings for you.
Fine. I'll go to sleep.
To be fair,
You
in
don't-
Silas's
you don't need
defense,
to.
he didn't find anything better the
That's true.
second
That's true.
time.
Honestly,
like, it
it's
worked
fine.
out fine.
It's up to you, Silas. If you would like to stay up all night, you can.
No. Voices of reason and all that.
If you want to take all the watches, that's fine.
I mean, you can still take all the watches. We're not going to let you take all the watches by yourself, but
I wasn't saying that. I was
No, I know
Never
that.
mind. It's fine. I'll take the first watch and we'll go on from there.
I'll also take the first watch.
All right.
I'll
Silas
take-
is so freaking upset by being
I-
told he can't pull all-nighters.
I want to work
I'll
on my
take
spells, God damn it!
I'll take second watch with whoever wants to take second watch with me. Apparently, no.
Oh,
Okay.
do it.
Great.
About time I stayed up.
I guess I'll hop on third then.
Okay, I can do the. I can be up for the third and fourth, unless Sales, if you.
Want to be alone?
I do like taking a nap afterwards, so if you.
I'll
don't
take
need the time.
4.
By yourselves?
Heck yeah. Sales
All
gets to have all.
Sales gets to be Sales.
Unless Sales wants
trust
to
you
keep
implicitly, I'll
Bryn.
take a nap.
Yes.
All right.
So,
yeah?
sleep on it. Let me know.
Mustarting boys, go ahead and
I'll take advantage from the. I'm being selfish. That is a 17 for me.
17.
13.
13. All right.
I will be working on the spell for as long as I can during that time.
Yep, and the sun starts to set. Everything kind of quiets down. The rain happily gone, although the ground still seems to be a little damp. Everything seems to have mostly forgotten the torrential downpour of the day before. And as you listen through the night for growls and something, you seem to have a certain amount of calm, rest. Everything seems to be all right.
While this watch is going on, Silas will have Moogie kind of flitting around from tree to tree, keeping the majority of the watch. While Silas is, he has the sheep. He has a small bunch of the feather down of the goose down feather, and he has the square of soft fabric that he took from the Noble Intentions on the ground in front of him. He's got his book out, and he is just kind of going over different things. He's running through different somatic components, so you see his hands swirling around it, and you see various small flashes of light as different magic sigils and circles start to form, but then always kind of like zap him, like he's getting shocked like static electricity, and just, okay, that's not right. Let's try. And he just continues to do that for as long as he can, basically, while this watch is going on.
Seeing the studying, Fen is just going to let him study and isn't going to interrupt. It looks important. Every time he gets zapped, though, he's just kind of.
It happens. It's tricky.
And just for me, remind me of which level this spell is.
2.
Okay.
So this will take me
Thought so.
32 hours of experimentation.
Oh, you're missing out on unsolicited barbecue advice for spells.
Spellmaking should take a long time, and it should be difficult.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
How distrustful of magic does Fen look throughout this process?
How's Fen feeling?
He's like crossing himself.
Yeah, every time Silas gets zapped, like every now and again, like if Silas looks up, he might catch Fen mumbling just like, and you willingly choose to.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not always. It's much harder when you're developing something from scratch.
It can't all be Tasha.
He's working on it.
Don't get me started on that.
Fair enough,
100%.
Silas. But I'll leave you to your work.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
And your watch goes by seemingly without incident.
Cool.
Which brings us to Irde and Glib.
Before Silus goes to sleep, Irde will just go up to Silus like, I am glad you're sleeping. I know you like to work. But it's good for you to go to bed.
I sometimes forget I'm no longer at the university, and I will go to bed.
Okay.
Just out of spite.
I love it.
Glib
We
rolls
need
an
you to
insight
be
make sure he's actually going to bed.
He's like under the covers, but light spell.
Like a little bit. Oh.
You would see Silas just like he's laying on his side because he can't lay on his back because of his tail, and he's just like running through like miniaturized somatic component things just in his head.
Irde puts her extra blanket over him.
Très belle.
Closes his eyes and go to sleep.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me your check.
Do you want advantage from Mookie or?
Sure.
Great.
That is the noise that Moogie made.
Oh, shoot.
All right, Moogie, what do you see?
Moogie just became a chocobo.
With the additional help of Moogie, it's a 17.
Modified
Nice. Hey.
20. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Well.
Irde, well, both of you are listening to the night.
Focused.
Glib, you start to hear some croaking sounds of nearby frogs. Irde, you see some rustling, but nothing seems to be too alarming right now. It all seems to go by fairly silently as the...
Irde pulls out her crocheting and tries.
What's that?
It is a project of mine. It is a 13 sleight of hand.
13.
Ain't getting better.
You are getting
It goes
better.
up and down.
It
Slowly
starts
but
to,
surely.
I mean, yeah, but like, have you ever tried to... Learning a thing often goes up and down. It makes perfect sense.
Sucking at something's the first step to being kind of sort of good at something.
It's not just a linear progression.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Just,
People
like,
make
level
mistakes?
and be like-
I'm trying.
God.
Well, you are very good at, making your weapons and being good at your weapons, and I am trying to, make things like pen and...
It's a gift.
It is.
And you
I
get
try to
2
make things.
successful rows.
This is probably the most successful
There's-
I've been.
They're a little like wonky in some places. There's some knots that aren't quite perfect, but like
It's all right.
2 successful rows.
It's a scarf for Sprout. Sprout scarf.
Especially after the rain from yesterday. I feel like keeping.
Yeah, wasn't that great?
I think for some of us, yes.
Yeah, we never had that weather back at the cave.
really?
Mostly because we didn't have sky. It was the cave.
Do you miss living there?
No.
Well, there you go. So now you get rain and sky outside of a cave. That's great.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, we would venture out of the
Well,
cave,
yes, of course.
but...
Very much so.
Well, are you excited to head back to the place we're going?
Lidl, yes. I mean, it actually hasn't all been that long since I've been there.
But doesn't it kind of feel like it?
It feels like a lot has happened. I think I have learned quite a lot, and I'm grateful to have met all of you. And I think you've all sort of helped me see things a little bit more clearly. So yes, I would like to I don't know if making amends with my master is the right word, but we didn't exactly have a fight. I just was not a great student. So
Don't tell Silas, but I think academics might be a little overrated.
academics are wonderful for some people. I had someone who was very dear to me who was very academic back in the Twin.
Okay, maybe it's just not for
No,
everybody.
I don't think it is. I mean, I'm not like that really. But I tried. I tried to be, and
A caveat on what I said earlier. academics by itself a little overrated, but he's out here doing stuff with it, and that is something I can respect.
Absolutely.
Don't tell him I said that either.
I mean, I will express my intense admiration to Silus, but I will keep yours under wraps.
He's got to talk to me when we have a
You have a watch.
when we have watch.
I did last time. How dare you?
Go to bed, Silus.
Now. No,
He fell for my ruse.
No, I admire people who can study so well and really apply themselves in that way. I am not that kind of a person, but
No, I think you're a person of action.
I guess I'm here, as are we all really.
Yeah, I think it takes a special kind of actionable person.
You are very right, and you always seem to understand so much of the world, and I appreciate that.
Well, for all its complexities, a lot of it's pretty simple.
Oh?
Yeah, I mean, sure, planning and things are great, but a lot of times things don't go to plan, and at that point it's just you and the moment you're in, and you just have to do what you think is right.
Very well put. I appreciate that. Are you working on anything? I mean, I know Silus does his thing, and I'm gestures at 2 wonky rows of crocheting.
I mean, they look good to me.
Well, thank you. I'm hoping that eventually I could make something for all of us.
Oh, that'd be great.
It's a nice, like, blue yarn. I think it would look nice.
Things just sort of happen for me, but I have been trying to be a little more proactive with the weapons. I mean, they still kind of work whether or not I try or not, but I'd like to know the reason, behind the motions. That way I can kind of anticipate it a little bit better.
I unfortunately don't know too much about weapons. I have a I can use daggers and my staff. You've never actually seen me use it, but I do. I'm actually all right with a quarterstaff.
Oh, that's cool.
I try to stay back, but
That's fair. Yeah.
But
it makes
if I
you
do
a
get
little
into
tough
the
up
middle of
front.
something, hypothetically, I could use it.
Well, good to know. I have a feeling that if you end up using your quarterstaff, though, things may have gone a little bit off the rails.
I think you're right. I think you're very right. It's not my first choice in fighting things. Of course, I don't actually know if my first choice is fighting things, but
No, that's fair. But sometimes things gotta get
that is
fought.
true. And we have done that many times.
Oh, yeah. And something tells me that it's not slowing down.
I think you are very correct. And Irde pours more tea for both of you. Both you and
thank
her.
you.
Both of you. Us. You and your mirror
Well,
images.
glib mirror imaged, yeah.
Yeah. For all 4 of you.
Accidentally.
But none of them, they can't hold tea, so it's just like, oh, here you go.
Oh. Yeah. No, you're right. Action is
Action. We're going out here doing things.
yes.
And sometimes they're the right things.
Sometimes we can only hope the scale tips one way or the other,
Yep. It's easy to see in hindsight, I guess.
Hindsight is 20/20. Is that a phrase I would know? It is now.
No, that was last year.
And we're looking back at it.
And looking back at it, what a year, am I right?
Oh, boy.
I'm fine.
Hindsight is a natural 20.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Well,
What is your favorite kind of flower?
are there any edible flowers?
Actually, yes, many.
Okay, one of them, I
All right.
guess.
One of them.
Edible flowers. I don't know. Just
What's your favorite kind of flower? A mushroom.
no. All right.
Those are the flowers of the cave.
The pixies gave me a rose, and that was kind of nice.
That's lovely. They gave me a pansy.
Oh, that's very cute.
Yes, it is. Just
You
like,
gonna
take
eat
that.
it?
Are pansies edible?
You're gonna eat that pansy?
I hadn't planned on it. Did you want it? It's
No,
it's been
no.
in my book since the cave.
I'm just curious. I don't.
I don't think it's very fresh right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you look at your pansy?
Yes.
It seems to still be in perfect condition.
Is this a Fae thing?
Oh yeah. I assume.
Then I think it probably is best I really don't eat it.
Yeah, there's a certain those flowers that we found with a questionable source weren't the best eating or either, if I recall.
Oh goodness, you ate one?
No. No. I don't think I did.
19 insight.
I lost about a week there.
I rolled a 19 on insight. Is that did Glib eat
Glib,
the
feel
flowers?
free to roll me persuasion or deception.
I'm pretty sure I didn't, actually.
I don't think you didn't.
No.
Alan
It was Alan and
It was
Aym'Bryn.
Alan and
Aym'Bryn
Aym'Bryn.
did.
Okay,
But
that's
yeah.
fair. I don't care if anyone ate them.
Yeah, neither do I. I just heard it wasn't that good. So maybe don't eat that one.
Yeah. I don't care if anyone tried to eat them. I just don't think anyone needs to lie to me about whether or not they did.
No, I don't think anybody did.
That's fair.
I know I didn't.
That's good. Thank you. I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah. No, trust me, if I ate a magic flower, everybody would know.
Perhaps next time. If we decide to eat magic flowers together, we'll make a point of it.
There you go.
Like the birthday party. And Irde still has the necklace wrapped around her wrist. And I do appreciate this.
Oh, that's a good look for you.
Thank you. You've never worn it, though, have you?
Nah. It didn't really quite fit the...
Aesthetic?
The royal
Yeah.
aesthetic.
You know, that's very fair.
I, as part of my role as ambassador, I kind of have to fit a certain level of, I guess. It looks down at like the rips and the tears and the dirt. In hindsight, I guess I could have pulled it off.
I mean, I think you pull off anything that you wear quite well.
Oh. Yeah, I think I'm due for another batch of clothes here any day now.
No. That is... Wow.
Yeah, once they get a little too raggedy, I just open up my bag and there's more.
And you still have the gold vestments from the cultists, I suppose.
That's right.
I think you are always going to be the best dressed out of all of us. Oh, just going to start changing?
Absolutely.
Oh, all right, well. Irde will politely avert her eyes.
Well, I mean, he just throws it on over.
Okay. No, either way. Well, I think you're always the best dressed one out of all of us. So.
Well, I can't claim too much credit for that, but I appreciate it. Well, I think it's just about time, unless you want to work on that a little bit more and pull a Silus and just an all-nighter on that.
Oh goodness, no! I no. No, that's as I said. I'm not that sort of a student, and I don't think I would be very well tempered tomorrow morning.
I shudder to think.
You deserve better than that. Yes. Let us wake up the next watch.
Sounds good. Who's next?
that
I'll
would
have
be
myself and-
Alan and Aym'Bryn.
Yeah.
Aym'Bryn.
Hey.
Duh. What?
Aym'Bryn?
I'm gonna. Are you like leaning down over me?
I am.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm
Just very-
gonna loop my arm around your shoulders and try to pull you down to where I am instead.
Irde will probably follow your arm, and then just be like,
Oh, yes. Watch, I'm awake. I'm sorry. Yes, please. I
no,
warmed it up
it's
for
fine.
you.
I mean, I have my own bedroll set out, but
Fair
thank
enough.
you.
Alan, it's time for watch.
Yeah. You couldn't have just. Oh God, throw something at me next time.
Just kick me next
lean over
time.
me like that. Yeah, it's
Oh no!
Wait, you'd prefer if I threw a thing at you as opposed to gently went...
No, I'm just tired. I'm sorry. You just startled me.
Okay, well, that's a
Imagine how startling
good
it would be
reflex
if you
to
threw
have, just in
something at
case
you.
anything happens.
Oh my god!
Speaking of which, I hope nothing happens. Good night.
Well, now it feels weird. I feel like something's gonna happen.
Oh, you're fine.
Go ahead and roll me checks.
Yo,
Cool. Well, that.
presumably you were taking the advantage.
Oh, I mean, I'll hold Moogie, but you should take it.
Okay.
It's
I'll
not
help
going to
Moogie
do
make
me
it.
any good.
Thank you for that. It's a 21.
7.
Fantastic.
I like the idea of Aym'Bryn as just holding Moogie.
Yes.
Look around.
She could fly, but she's had a long day, so I'm just going to prop her up and like swivel her around.
And yeah, for the most part of your watch, everything is fairly quiet. You hear those frog sounds. You do actually see some sort of strange frog-like shape on the edge.
Like a
Of
frog-like shape, or like a human-sized frog-like shape?
Like a slightly larger than you would expect frog-like shape.
I take out my mace and then I
Please
cast it.
don't.
No,
You son of a bitch.
yeah.
We've done this before.
I'm all for it.
Vapor.
I say do it.
All right.
I'm going to slide right over to Alin, because Alin, I know I don't make uncomfortable, at least not this way, so.
Not this way.
So that's fair. Yeah.
Keeper, was there anything else real quick?
Pudding.
Okay. Do my usual
There
routine
is-
of
there
heating
is
the tea. Yeah.
Wonderful.
You know. Heat up the tea, but then kind of sheepishly look around and say, we're running low on food. I'm sorry. I don't have anything for us to munch on this watch.
Oh, no. I'm kind of, like, rack my brain for a second, but I don't think I have anything in particular, so no, it's all right.
Yeah. You know, admittedly, I don't have anything I need to interrogate you about tonight.
Are you sure?
You can always come up with something.
Come on, ask me anything, Alin.
Anything.
Don't ruin that chance.
Oh.
Silas, go to bed.
Silence, you are asleep.
I imagine like
both of
Irde's
them are
bedroll is like
speaking.
next to Silas, and every time he like tries to get up, it's like
As Glib is going to bed,
like no.
right at the very,
like-
very beginning of our watch, as Glib is going to sleep. Glib, just to be sure, could you cast? Do you know that thing that you do, and then
Sure, yeah. Rubs his hand together and like little motes of light start sparking off of it. And he goes, all right. Sleep. Let's
I am
see what
already
78
asleep.
looks like.
So it would
Yes,
bloom
yes.
around me to other people. So who's around me, though?
We're
That's
just all
not asleep. Aym'Bryn, who is unaffected by the spell, and Alin.
oh, that's true. I was like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, so just affect Alan because I'm already out.
Does Alan step away?
You want to play a game?
Of who has the lower hit points.
Uh-huh.
It's 38.
Oh,
Shit.
Wait, but Glib, do you have to-
if Glib is doing this before Irde completely falls asleep, probably Irde does. And she's like, I'm going to sleep.
Because I've got 35.
28. I have 28.
Oh.
So
Yeah, I think
Irde just
I would
knocks
say
out.
that Irde's actually just a little bit closer and is just kind of starting to settle in, and then all of a sudden just
drops.
How many hit points does Silas have?
I'm
No, he's
already
already
asleep.
Yeah, he's been asleep.
Those outbursts were not Silas waking up. That was just the joke that you
just
made.
making sure. You're a very restless sleeper. You kind of, you start to.
We all are extremely aware that Silas talks in his sleep. We know this.
What?
Definitely.
He does spell prep in his sleep. He just wouldn't know it.
Yeah. Silas
You said that he's doing somatic
I have
components.
rattled. Well, that was like as I was pretending to be asleep, so I can keep working on the spell.
But yeah, no.
So Irde just knocks.
Yeah, Irde knocks out. Alin kind of yawns for a second, but manages to stay awake. And Glib just kind of settles in for his.
Cast it on himself too.
I'm gonna look around at our very, very passed out compatriots, and I'm gonna scoot in real close to Alin and lean in to him like I did to Fen earlier. Then, if you don't have anything to interrogate me about, may I ask you something?
Anytime.
Wonderful. As I do feel like we are the two elders of the group.
Oh, God. Silas keeps reminding me.
Silas has never said that.
And so do my bones in the morning. I don't know how to explain that one away.
I'm very, very sorry
a lot
that
of
I
words
can't.
into Silas's
Yeah,
mouth.
you guys are putting Brian's word into Silas's mouth, and I don't appreciate it.
Silas is a good boy. Brian less.
Brian's a jerk. Yeah.
Where does one end and the other begin? It's a mystery.
Go
But
on.
we all celebrated our birthday, and therefore we do know that Alin is older than.
Yeah,
That's
it
true.
is. I mean, admittedly, that means something a little bit different for you than for me, but we've been on this, around for a while compared to some of our compatriots. And I feel like you have certain wisdom about you, and I just wanted to consult you on something desperately important.
Sure, I can try my best. I don't always get it right, but
Do you think Irde has a type?
just to be clear, you see where I get things wrong sometimes. A type of what?
Perhaps you're the wrong person to ask this question.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, maybe you ask Irde about Irde's type.
Does Irde know Irde's type?
There's also, yeah. I wonder if that's also.
Irde hasn't gotten a hug in 5 years. She
From
doesn't know
what I
anything.
have seen, if Irde has a type, it doesn't match anyone here.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. Are you sure? I thought she
I have a hunch.
Silas were awfully friendly earlier.
That's true. Yeah,
It's
Silas
mostly-
is just kind of cute, though. Like, you can't, it's kind of hard to not. Yeah, I think he's cute.
Can
It's
I
not
roll
weird.
insight on Alin?
Do you get your expertise in finding relationships?
Yes.
That was promise. We're not letting that go.
Nope. Expertise.
As designated shipper on set, I will actually allow this expertise.
Can,
Expertise on relationships.
so how does
Specifically
that
on
work if
relationship
I'm
roles.
not actually proficient in insight? But that
You
are we
become
saying I have
proficient
proficiency
and
in
double your
romance?
proficiency. You have a
Double your proficiency.
You get a double your proficiency in making insight checks based around romance.
Okay, and Moogie can't
It's
give me
a
advantage
wisdom
because she's
check.
not a narc. So
Somehow Moogie is proficient in relationships.
I love that this is
Moogie
officially.
is very wise in relationships.
I'm
I
literally
guess.
going to log in. I'm doing it now. You're gonna get a little thing on your character sheet.
I've
that
written it
says-
on my character sheet.
Oh, good.
All right.
It's
God, I
still
really hope
all
the
that
big
being said, it
villain-
is only an 11. So Alin, perhaps your secrets are, unless you're terribly transparent.
Alin, roll persuasion or deception check.
Really hope our villain needs
Relationship
romantic
advice.
relationship advice.
I mean, it's a 2.
Alin,
I don't know what that means, though, because he wasn't lying.
Oh, no, that's fine.
he's not. Yeah.
I'm just trying to gauge what you mean by that.
All I mean, he's like just that. He's cute. You know?
No, I quite agree.
Kind of makes you smile when you look at him. It's like a little bit. You kind of want to pat him on the head.
Yes, that too.
Yeah, maybe hold his hand if you're here to. I don't know.
Noted. This though, honestly, was less about, if I'm perfectly honest, less about Silus and more about Fen.
Oh yeah, you saw that too, yeah?
Yes, and I'm just, I did want to give it such a chance, but now I'm a little bit worried. I don't want to, I don't want to be pushy if it's not reciprocated, you know. And that's another kind of life advice that I feel like we must pass on to the younger generation.
I don't know. All right. Here's my thing on it, right? It's gonna run its course one way or another. We can't get in the way. But we can have fun while it happens.
It's very true. And if we're not really encouraging.
And so if we just
kind of
no, we
creating
just encourage them to
opportunities, would you
interact,
say?
and you know it goes one way or another.
Yeah.
And if we could, grin about it afterward, then that's just our thing.
I knew. I felt like
was just
recently I felt like I had a bit of an understanding.
I wasn't ever sure how to kind of like dive into it, but then you helped set up that you just walked off with half the party last time.
No,
I was like,
you
oh my
set it
god,
up
there
and
it
I
was. This is
just,
great.
you
So I you must have. I think back on the boat we used to play this game where we had to throw a ball through the rigging. We'd call that alley hoop.
Yeah. I think that I've done something similar, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just it.
It was their favorite mastime.
Doesn't get inspiration for that.
Keeper.
Can he get inspiration for
Alan
that?
deserves
Can he?
inspiration.
Yeah, no, Alin 100% can have inspiration for that. I'm literally sorry. The reason I didn't say
arguing
it,
for Alan's
the
inspiration.
reason I didn't say it is because I'm writing down in my notes that this exists.
Alley Hoop was a game that he
Alley
played.
hoop. Yeah.
I hate it so much.
Thanks, I hate it.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah,
If
so
not
that's in
just
the official
title to
DM
my
notes. That now exists in this world. Continue.
No, just the things. Again, as I said before, I understand, of course, the things are deadly serious, and we're doing our best, and to deal with all that. But there's so many nice things in the world, and I think this is definitely something to enjoy.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what are we saving it for, You gotta have some fun along the way. Look, once I was in the middle of an... Oh, well, you already know. We're in the midst of a battle with another ship.
Yes.
And we had this goblin on board, right? And we didn't actually know the goblin's name because he just kind of showed up one day. We don't really know where he came from. I think he actually jumped off from another ship. And we were in the middle of this fight. And we were like, oh, man, we're out of cannonballs. And he was like, I got this. And then he jumped in the cannon. And we should have stopped him. But we didn't. Because, sometimes you just got to enjoy it, right? You just got to see what happens. And I think that is... A goblin in a cannon is honestly the truest analogy I can give for what is happening in front of us right now.
Just out of curiosity, was he all right?
I have no idea. We never saw him again.
See, that's just a little bit of it that I'm a little bit...
Look, I don't know that he wasn't all
Ended
right.
up on the other end.
Let's go with that. That's a positive attitude. We don't know.
And he ingratiated himself over there.
Yeah. The goblin
Now, it
became a
is true that
goblout.
after that happened, we and the other ship just parted ways, and just that's where it ended. So clearly it cast some message.
Yes, I'm sure he landed quite all right, and they revered
A goblin
him as
splat
a
does
beauty.
that. No.
Until then, he was having a ball.
Hate everything.
But
And now this is canon.
Yes!
I am out of whiskey. How dare you? I cannot take a pointed drink.
For you, Irde.
Thank you.
So I don't know if that's what you call wisdom, but it's what I got.
No, I think as you say, it's a very apt description of what's going on, and one of the reasons that the world is very much worth living in and worth saving.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, like even if it doesn't work out, or
I have
watching
a
these
distinct feeling that it might
relationships. Oh yeah, no, I don't think it will either. But watching the relationship become one thing or another, whatever it is still kind of just cool.
And I hope that Ben is enjoying himself. It's a wonderful sort of
Oh, I think he's being himself if he's doing anything with himself. But
it's a little part of the experience.
Phrasing.
Not far off.
And go to bed.
It's like alarm
Doesn't
clocks
work on
at
Fenny's
20.
half-elf.
Oh, I do.
That's right.
The ancestry, man.
Just it works half.
This is really tired.
Just like half of Fenn's body has really bad circulation all of a sudden.
He gets real tired
no.
for a second.
It's not that he gets half asleep, it's that half of him falls asleep. Split right down.
That terrible pins and needles feeling on half of your body. Why?
Oh
Oh,
god.
it's awful.
Genetics
The
in
worst
D&D are
spell.
weird.
They're weird. It's weird that he's half-elf, but he's like split like directly down the center. Like, so this half is elf, this half is human. So weird.
Crazy, right?
Oh,
But yeah. And does that brings an end to your walk?
Does it?
No. Sorry. Now I do have a quick question. I've noticed you are very, how do I put this, invested in everyone else. But you want to be close to other people and kind of like jostle my shoulder against them but you are only interested in others. Why?
Oh, I
Like so for example, you're also very close with Irde, but you said, oh, well, Irde got very friendly with Silus. And if it were anyone else, I would have thought, are they asking if I think that they're Irde's type? But I don't get that sense with you.
Well, I like it very much. It's a difficult question, but generally, I guess I just... Well, I don't know. It's almost the same... I get almost the same joy out of it. And I suppose if I'm not directly involved, then it doesn't really have to end for me, right? I can just enjoy myself and see them happy, and it doesn't... I don't know. There's... But I guess there's that in short. Which is always not to say that I've never, been in love. It's a really wonderful feeling, but it can get quite complicated, and I don't know. But I do like seeing other people happy.
That's good. I once knew a man. He had a vision. I don't know if I should believe his vision or not, but he said he had a vision in which he realized that things are not beautiful because they're permanent. And just because something ends doesn't make it bad. I mean, that's what we're doing here, right? Like you enjoy it, and then it ends, and then you enjoy the next thing.
Oh, no, certainly. Yes, I absolutely...
So you said it doesn't have to end for you, though. I mean...
it's kind of like, cutting out the, I don't know. I feel sometimes can I be perfectly honest?
Always.
It's become a little hard for me to be, and I've noted this has been thrown into stark relief for me over the past few days, especially with yesterday, when 2 days ago, when Irde became quite upset, and I think I have a little trouble getting invested in things these past couple of decades, and it's easier for me to do things this way. I don't know if he was expecting such a serious answer to your question. I do also just enjoy making other people happy, but it is a little difficult for me to get invested these days. I'm working on it.
No, that's fair. I'll reach her. If there's any tea left in the mug, I'll take the mug, bring it close, and cast heat metal on it, and then hand it back. And then, if possible, scoot a little closer, and just say, you're stuck with us, so we're invested. If you want to be or not.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yes. I'm actually gonna scoot into Alan's side in such a way that it's going to be really difficult not to put your arm around me. No, I
gladly does.
I am. I promise. It's old habits, I guess. And but have you ever been in love, Alan?
No.
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 Well, I assure you, it's a wonderful feeling, and you can't always control when that happens, so I've had quite a bit of time to feel quite a few things, and it is one of my favorites. So seeing Ben like that, I can't describe it. I really, I can't make that happen for you, Alan. I wish that I could. Well, lean into a little bit more. But trust me that it is the best, worst feeling. And just seeing Ben like that, I just want... Well, selfishly, I want to be a part of all of it, but also I want to make sure that he doesn't not feel this way. I think that something that I've noticed about Fen is that he kind of, he has a sort of evasiveness to him when it comes to his feelings. I didn't want
if only he had evasiveness when it, has a sword coming at him.
Yes.
Make my job easier.
Called out, Anan. Wow.
Believe me, Fen would like that too.
Fen would much rather have the evasive swords and feelings, but he's stuck with this.
Unfortunately,
now.
This is the cards that he was dealt in this life, and so I just wanted to make sure this one didn't pass him by. Because,
I like that.
To feel nice sometimes.
Admittedly, I just kind of thought it was funny, so I feel a little bad now. But
no. It is also hilarious.
It is also funny. Yeah. No, can't deny that. But
I'm not saying he's doing it.
I like that.
Fantastically well. I'm just saying he's doing it. And, more power to him.
I can get behind that.
So, Alan, do you have a time? Oh, we should wake Sailsaba.
Yeah.
No.
The smiles, holds Bryn close, and does not say a word.
Aym'Bryn is Alan's type.
I have an armada.
An armada, yeah.
I have an armada.
My sexuality is boats.
All the ships.
Yeah. Clearly.
You got me.
My type is boats.
Clearly, because you have just handed me all the ships. It's fine.
Well, we'll awake Sailsaba then.
Yeah. You go wake Sailsaba.
Oh, yes. Oh. I am going to wake Sails by climbing onto her chest and batting at her face.
Yes!
Good morning.
Fair. Yes, she is self-aware.
Right?
Oh, I love that. I love that so much.
Oh.
So, Sails, before I get up, I would say,
I am pinned.
did you want company or backup or a little bit of time on your own?
Oh, you may stay awake if you want to. I will always appreciate company or the backup.
Oh, okay. Then I shall do. But I'll say out of if I think Sails is going to do anything, I'll pull an Irde and avert my eyes.
Just turn the other way. Go ahead and roll me your
just really polite,
persuasions. Or perceptions.
Perceptions. Persuade the forest into not killing us tonight, please.
But could it be persuasion?
Are we being held
No,
hostage?
I am persuading nothing back.
Would it only be that easy?
Yes. I'm going to call out into the woods.
Irde would love it if she could persuade the
We are
forest. That would be
awfully
great
nice
for her.
No one should want to hurt us.
We are not bad people here. 17.
17.
16, unless it's persuasion, then significantly more.
No, unfortunately not.
No.
So yeah.
Oh, no.
So,
I wish.
everything
Crying.
seems to be fine.
Okay. Sailsaba will have she'll pad over to Silas's sleeping mat and stare. And if there is any sign of awakeness,
Shoot, smack him in the head.
correct.
Halfway through, he wakes up to do his ritual, just pa!
Eventually, depending on how close you get, his tail might wrap around your ankle. Just in a sleep. But after a couple moments, it'll release and go back to like curling around his waist.
Sailsaba nods, satisfied. And yeah, when the tail starts to unravel, her own tail will guide it back, and it'll be this weird little dance, but we'll guide it back to his hoof or something.
He's got feet.
To her hoof.
Sorry,
She's
World of
a
Warcraft
horse.
in brain. Needed to.
Yeah, I got Draenei on the brain. It's fine.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cleansing that. But yes, then Sailsaba will pad by Bryn, wink, and then keep padding on, and we'll go to Irde's bag. And
I'll sit on the opposite side of Irde, so if she does start to wake, I'll catch her attention.
So I'm just gonna guess that Irde does not have any.
So, as you're messing with the bags, you see a kind of movement over by Alin, and you see something shiny in a frog-like creature's hand, and the reason that you notice is because he goes, and just like screws the top back on and throws it back into the bag, and then realizes that you see it, and starts to try to hop away.
Alan's back. Sails gives chase.
Fantastic.
Can I assist? Yeah.
Absolutely.
One day,
and
Sails is gonna go through your
if you two know what this is, you come into contact with a bullywug who starts hopping away back into the forest.
Chase is on.
Catch him.
He only has a 20-foot speed, so it really does not take long for you to catch him. Fantastic.
I think
Go
I'll
ahead
try
and
to run
roll.
off to one side to just redirect it, but I'll let Sails do the pouncing.
Go ahead and roll me a check. The attack roll. Yeah.
Sure. 17.
17?
Is it engaged with Sails? Do I have advantage?
That hits. Yes, you do have advantage.
Oh, wonderful. 22.
Fantastic. Both of those hit. Go ahead and roll me your damages.
Oh, no damage. Just catch.
Yeah.
Oh, just catch?
Only
yeah,
catch.
Yeah.
You catch it. Yeah, just
Claws are in, but paws are out.
pounced. Yeah. And so, like, underneath you is this waggling little frog-type creature.
It's how big?
Bullywugs are about the same size as you, actually. Slightly shorter. Well, actually, Bryn, it's about the same height as you.
It's much shorter than Sailsaba. I understand.
Yeah.
And they have wonderful teeth.
I don't imagine I know anything about this. Sails, have you ever seen something like this before?
Have I seen something like this before?
Go ahead and roll me a nature check.
Okay.
Is this something I promised you that if anything happened, I would wake her up? Is this count as something happening?
Are you asking me that, or are you asking
I'm
Sails?
asking Sails.
Okay.
Both these questions at the same time. No. The first things first. You know what this is.
Yeah, you've probably seen something like it. You don't necessarily know a lot about it. You know it's a frog person.
I have seen them before.
Is it something that...
I-
Is it something that... And then I'm going to turn... It's vaguely humanoid in shape, yes?
Yes.
I'm going to make eye contact with it. I'm going to start asking Sails, is it something that... Are you something that we should be worried about?
Is it? Are you?
We spent all this time hoping Silas is
That was
asleep,
a
and now
yes.
she was
Kill
awake.
it.
Just in case. Sails.
Sails, roll me a strength, athletics check.
Has a nat 20.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh.
It
wish I
tries
don't
to
know
wiggle,
her.
but you just like, thunk.
If I've seen them before, would I know that they, would I basically know that, speak with animals wouldn't work with whatever language is, it's a language of,
You would know they
of a
count as a human.
yeah, it's a person. A humanoid thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
They just, vaguely corrupted humanoid. Yeah.
When there's one of these, are there usually more of these?
When there's one of these, are they usually?
With an 11, I would say you know that they usually live in small collections, but there are like hunting parties and scouts. So maybe if it's a scout, it could potentially be alone. If it's a hunting party, it could have multiples.
Should we wake everyone?
I do not foresee danger, but possibly investigation. Do you speak common? I will. Can I smell any different environment on, like, them? Can I tell if they're from a different area than the one we are currently in? Are they far from home?
Roll me perception. Yeah, roll me perception, because I believe your perception and your survival are the same.
I keep glancing over to where Irde is sleeping, like...
Should I tell Mom? Should I not tell Mom? Mom know about this?
Can we keep
She
it?
probably wants to know, right?
23.
How? 23? Yeah, so you are extremely good at smelling, especially since you've been things like dire wolves and things like that. And it smells like it's from a vaguely different part of the forest. In fact, it smells a little bit more like marshy or water-based. And you're in an area that, at least for now, is mostly not aquatic.
There is a marsh nearby, I believe.
Where this
Oh.
one is from? He may be a scout.
Are they carrying anything? Like they have a bag, or does it look? I guess does it look like they? To my expert eye? Like they've taken anything from us, or they were just kind of investigating?
Investigation, please.
Okay, that's terrible. I'll do it.
Sorry.
Bryn's just gonna like turn him up by his legs and just like
Shake him.
Well, he's as tall as
Oh, hey.
Aym'Bryn is, so.
That's my second natural 20 of the night because I do
Hey,
know
nice.
I know the
Wow.
look of someone who might have taken something that didn't belong to them.
You get the feeling that it was kind of like looking over what it was. Doesn't seem to have anything on it that would really tell you it has anything. You poke in its pockets and find some breadcrumbs, a couple pieces of copper, kind of shiny necklace looking thing with some little like you would assume they would be bottle tabs.
I'm not going to take anything from him. Or from them.
Yeah,
I just
but-
want to make sure they didn't take anything of ours.
Yeah, nothing looks like they took anything from you. It looks
Okay.
like they had just kind of started.
I
poking
guess since
closer.
I investigated them pretty thoroughly, are they armed?
You do not see a weapon on them.
Okay.
Sailsaba will switch hands. The one hand is still pinning them down. And will well, actually no, she'll have some. She has a couple left. She'll bring out a good berry.
And you do see some teeth.
And we'll pop it in.
Like 6 rows of teeth.
And we'll have a handful of good berries. And then we'll side-eye Bryn and say, I am thinking of releasing them. Now that we might be friends.
They haven't. And they haven't done anything to us, and they're not even. They don't even have any weapons or anything. And we'll be awake now. We're aware that something's going on. We can kind of keep a sharp eye.
And then we'll slowly release, but still keep the handful of good berries.
And its eyes are trained on the good berries. Just like.
And then we'll take another one.
And it kind of just like pokes his hand out, like slowly tries to take another good berry. And it starts to hop away.
She'll throw a good berry at it.
That was the good berry of war. Now this good berry heard around the world.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it catches the good berry with its tongue. Just kind of like shoots its tongue out, catches the good berry.
Oh, he is going to have such a backed up colon later on.
It's gonna be terrible.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, he heads off and
What a weird game.
You've successfully beaten my bullywug puzzle.
And the second Irde wakes up, I'm going to tell her.
Yeah, and as that long rest comes to a close, I believe that will be the end of this week.
Irde, there was a frog. He didn't have any weapons. Sales asked him to go away, and he did. I didn't think it was worth waking you up for. I just wanted to make sure that you knew.
Okay.
Wonderful. Go back to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, go back to bed.
Just a little groggy in the morning, but I guess what?
A little froggy.
As long as there was no trouble, that's fine.
And with that, I think that brings us to the end of our episode. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
I feel so strange about this.
Good. That's the feeling you're supposed to leave the day with.
And that brings us to the end of our show, everyone. Thank you again so much for joining us. We really appreciate having all of you here. If you want to keep up to date on our adventures, feel free to join our Heroes Hall Discord. We also have the follow button down below, of course, which we always appreciate. We have our YouTube channel, our Twitch, Instagram, all sorts of things. So there's plenty of ways to stay connected and bring yourselves into the Unna family. We look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you soon. Bye!